stand by for your regularly scheduled broadcast and enjoy the show.
Welcome back to Unleashed with Chewy, presented by our friends over there at Burrell's Termite and Pest Control. That's right, folks. We're back for round 3, volume 3 of Unleashed. Jump into the Hall Furniture Facebook stream if you're interested this afternoon. Got some, listen, I'll be honest with you, folks. We're experimenting here. We're just trying out some different things. Yesterday we had sort of like an ongoing spooky conversation about certain stuff like that. Today we're just going to be, I'm going to be delving into a few topics to see what I can jump into first. Most in particular, you know, we talked movies on Monday, cryptids on Tuesday, but I enjoyed some of our conversations like that. Last night I rewatched Nosferatu, and that one is not a good one to watch while you've taken your sleepy time medicine. Definitely comes back and comes to meet you in the dream. In the beginning starts off, it literally starts with like a nightmare, and that's kind of what follows if you watch that before the end of bed. Also, I gotta listen. This is a weird topic for me. I guess maybe not for me, but it's like a weird topic for adults. Here, let me ask you this: if any of you have like kids, or maybe you are someone who is like me, and you never fell out of love with Lego. I never did. I have always enjoyed it. You know, it's like, it's quiet and peaceful. It kind of gives you some time to yourself. You know, it gives you a sense of control. It's very, I understand why people transition from like the kids just like vomiting creativity from their mind into the Legos versus the adult, where it gives you this like very therapeutic sort of meditative process to just create something. You know, you have this set of instructions, follow it if you like or don't. You know what I mean? When I was younger, I often, all right, Doug says that he can barely hear me. It's because, how about now? Is that better? That should be a little bit better. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. I turned it all the way up. I don't know why. We're not very loud right now. Dad says Legos are the bomb. Interesting point, old man. There's no S in Lego. I learned this afternoon, researching this topic. Very interesting stuff. There's an adult Lego community that I did not know that I was a part of. Very, very interesting. I did not know that I was, you know, participating in this, but a large portion of Lego sales now are actually made up by adults. Nearly 20 to 23% of all Legos sold are people outside of the typical age range for kids. So it's going good to hear, Doug. Thank you. Dad says WTF, not plural. So the plural for Legos is Lego. That it's kind of like moose, I guess. But I'm not going to be pedantic about it. But I am personally part of a group that I was unaware of. Like I was saying, I'm in a percentile. And so I've talked about it on the morning show. In particular, even for Valentine's Day, not this year, but the last, I saw a bouquet of roses, but it was a Lego set. So I literally went out there, and for my girlfriend's birthday, I got her like this gigantic teddy bear. Can we also, if you have a spouse or somebody like that who's asking for one of these, don't do that. Don't buy the giant teddy bear thing. Like, I thought it was going to be like a cute idea, come up and surprise her with it. You know, it has become, now she's emotionally attached to it, but it's the size of a person, and it's in our room all the time. So you're like, and so you've got this, she's attached to this gigantic teddy bear, and it's in the way all the time, and you can't just like toss it in the washing machine, so you don't want it all over the floor, and you don't want to pile it under anything. You don't want to stack stuff on top of it. You don't want to spill anything on it. So it's always like taking up a chair or taking up the bed or if you throw it too hard against the wall because it's in the way, you get in trouble for that kind of thing. I don't know if anybody else has experienced this. I have personally. Do not do the giant teddy bear thing unless you are ready to like maybe donate that to like a children's hospital or like go give it to the library or something. I don't even know if either of those people would want one because they probably also have the same thing. I'm just trying to think of anywhere else to go and put this thing because I've begged my significant other to please get this off my hands. But I don't know if that'll be happening anytime soon. Thurston seems to be with us semi-permanently. It does stare at you all night long, old man. It does. It'll be like it's literally to the point now where I have to flip it over because it's just like those little beads are staring at you all night long. And if anybody else has like sleep paralysis, it's not a great idea. Sorry about that tangent. What I was talking about was Lego. Like I said, I'm 30 now, 30 years old, 3 decades, way too long, first off. But secondly, my girlfriend, I was like, when I did it, I bought her this bouquet of flowers because she had gotten into those Lego botanicals. And they're like Lego has an entire like not adult centric, but more like less advertisement forward to like children. You know, it's got like a black background with like a nice picture, and it's usually like lifelike things. Like people are using Legos as sculptures, and they're creating flowers. And like I saw one yesterday that was like a hummingbird, and like really intricate, unique, beautiful sets. And one of those happened to be a bouquet. And it was a bouquet of roses. And I was like, that is such a cute idea. She already has like, because like there's like knockoff Legos now that are popular. She got these little like flower ones. And so that's what I did for Valentine's Day. And I got her the card. I got her you get the card and the chocolates, and the bear was like holding the flowers, and I had it all set up for her. And the joke is when she walked in, she's like, see, I finally got you some flowers that don't die, but they're not just regular plastic flowers. But anyway, my point being, I noticed something then, that the flower bouquet thing was the most expensive item for Valentine's Day that I had got her. And then we went down this rabbit hole of, I was like looking at like just like bare minimum Lego prices. Even those little like battle pack things that the kids get, those are like $20, $24. Unbelievable. I remember as a kid seeing those, and they were like $5, like $10 maybe. And now $24 for like 17 Legos. The other day, for Easter, I got a Lego set. Shout out to my parents. We all saw Hail Mary, loved it, and then they released the Hail Mary Lego set, and I was like, man, I got to get that. $100 for one Lego set. Unbelievable. I don't know. I mean, I know Lego prices are out of control, but is anybody else struggling with this in particular, or is this one just me? I could not believe how expensive some of these Lego sets were, but that's not even the worst part. So then I got down the rabbit hole, and I started looking. I'm like, okay, that's $100. Well, how much is like the Hogwarts set or this set? The Titanic set is like, they have a table-sized Titanic. You know those giant Star Destroyers that they have that are like the size of like a table, and you have to like have extra furniture just to create it? Like they've got a Titanic for that. $800 for a Lego set. That's like 2 TVs, like decent-sized televisions for a Titanic Lego set. I don't know if for $800. Like, I understand it's probably, like, I heard that, like, Lego only makes, like, barely a profit because of how expensive it is to make their bricks and everything. But listen, they gotta fix something, because they've got lots of, like, open competitors now. And these open competitors, like, they don't even care about mocking Lego pieces anymore. And I don't know if there was something with, like, the Dr. Pepper, Mr. Pibb thing that recently happened, where, like, someone lost some rights somewhere, and now everyone's coming out of the woodwork. But, like, Mega Blocks and all these, like, knockoff block play toys, and they're all of them, they will even advertise on the box. It says compatible with most other building toy sets. So it's like, it tells you, hey, this is just cheaper Lego. Do you know what I mean? And then you don't want to destroy the regular Lego because it's like a generational toy, right? Like, there's kids nowadays that, like, my friends' kids are playing with the same Lego that me and their dad used to play with. You know what I mean? Like it's we're at that level. Like I've been to their houses and I'll look at a little Lego man and he looks a little scruffed up, and I'm like, man, there's something about this that just feels familiar. And so his kids are playing with the same Lego that we played with when we were kids. And but then they don't want, and then I'm like, oh, that's neat. Have you got them like this or that? And then this is what this guy says to me. He goes, oh, those aren't real Lego. We only want real Lego. And I'm like, oh, okay. You need to get off your high horse, okay, bud? If you don't have at least a little bit of the fake Lego in your Lego sets every now and again, all right. Didn't know that I was dealing with a billionaire over here, but I guess they're too good for that, but not me. Listen, I'll go to Dollar Tree right now and get me some knockoff Lego. I found a flexible Lego piece at Dollar General or Dollar Tree. That stuff works exactly perfectly on it, okay? Absolutely no issues whatsoever. All right. Anybody else here in the chat have this problem, though? I feel like this may be a singular issue on my part, personally. I am not 100% sure, but there's actually... I've been thinking about this as well. Maybe live streaming Lego sets, like creating Lego sets, like that kind of thing. Let us know. I've been thinking about doing some video games as well, maybe playing some games live with you guys after the stream. Let us know. This is an experiment. It's an ongoing conversation. Come jump in with us right now at the Hall Furniture Facebook stream. Come complain. It's Where is the Beef Wednesday on the morning show, and I've got some pent-up beefs that don't really fit within that criteria of the show in the morning. And one of mine in particular definitely is the price of Lego. Something has got to change. Listen, I know we're all experiencing inflation right now, but I think we can all personally agree that Lego is the most important thing that we need to be lowering prices on right now, and is definitely the main problem in the economy. If we can get Lego prices under control, milk and eggs will be just fine. All right. I think that's enough pontificating on that point. Point being, I've got the Hail Mary Lego set. I've also got a black Millennium Falcon that I haven't done yet. Let me know in the FM or in the Home Furniture Facebook stream. I mean, am I still living in the past? Should I grow up, or should I keep going with it? I'll be honest with you. There is something about a Lego set when you get down and on it. If you've had like a day where like your work has really kicked you, it just burnt you, and you're at home. You ever have one of those days where you get home and you just kind of sit there in silence for a little bit, because like work just like cooked you? If you got one of those, there's something egregiously therapeutic about being able to sit down and just do a very because you have to use fine motor control, but you still feel like you've accomplished something, like you're completing a sculpture, but it's still technically a toy, so it's still kind of fun, and there's something about it in particular where a weight gets lifted off of your shoulders. I don't know how to explain it exactly, but it is something primal where you're like, you accomplish something. You're both having fun, and now you have a thing. Do you know what I mean? And then after that, if you ever get bored with it, you can just crumple it up, put it back in the box, and give it to someone's kid, or you maybe even resell it on eBay. I know I've seen plenty of people who are reselling Legos. They're buying Lego sets for like one thing and then selling that one thing. Now, again, I used to do this when I was a kid, all the time. Let's see. Doug Garrett says, Brett didn't want Lego as a kid, but he does now. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. And you're totally right. I do not remember Brett. I remember when we used to hang out, went to his house. We played Battlefront 2 and all these other games, the Wii. We never did any Lego together. But it is funny, like people my age now, and I think it's part of it is Lego. Lego is really pushing this nostalgia, number one, for the people who used to do it, but also they're making Lego sets that are intentionally for it. There's a Saturn V rocket with like ultra super specific details, and it's not one of these sets, like a lot of the Lego sets, you can tell they build these with the intent for kids to play with them. And kids are a little bit rough. They drop things, they're little scientists. Can I break it? Can I change it? Can I do something? Some of these sets are like built now where they're like, that's a shelf piece permanently. Like if you drop that, it's going everywhere. It's like, you better not be having a hardwood floor and setting up some Legos on the shelf. I'm going to tell you that right now. All right, we're going to jump into a break, and then we'll be back with more of Unleashed with Chewy. More after this. Stay tuned with us. We're having a good time. Presented by our friends over there at Burroughs Termite and Pest Control. We'll be back. Stay tuned.
In honor of April being National Poetry Month, I've prepared a little something for you all. Welcome to the month that's known for its showers. 30 days from now, it will all turn to flowers. But if you're looking for a little more green between now and then, stop by your local lottery retailer for a chance at a win. With new instant games and prizes up to $500K, game-changing fun could be headed your way. This was a message from the Tennessee Lottery. Please do your best to play responsibly.
This is Joe Abraham inviting you to join us every Thankful Thursday on the starting lineup. Chewy and I sit down with Winchester Mayor Sean Crabtree, look ahead to a huge weekend in sports, and take a moment to share what we're thankful for. It's a positive way to roll into the weekend. A little gratitude, a little sports talk, and plenty of fun. Don't miss Thankful Thursday every Thursday morning on the starting lineup.
Why choose More Courtney Funeral Home? Well, they're a fifth-generation funeral home taking care of the people of Franklin County since 1905. They're committed to serving you, dedicated to providing personalized, professional, and compassionate service to help lighten your burden and help you out during these difficult times. More Courtney Funeral Home, 300 First Avenue Northwest in Winchester, 967-2222. More Courtney Funeral Home.
Got a project to tackle or a party to plan? Skip the stress and rent it instead at Reliable Rental in Winchester. From tools and heavy-duty machines to chairs, tables, and event essentials, they've got what you need to get the job done right. Whether it's work or a weekend celebration, Reliable Rental makes it easy. Stop by 2433 Deckard Boulevard in Winchester or check out everything they offer online at ReliableRentalFC.com. Reliable Rental. When you need it, they've got it.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Unleashed with Chewy. We're presented by our friends over there at Burrell's Termite and Pest Control. Hold on, I got you. Just one second, promise. But I do have an expert here on Lego, and he might be able to give us some insight on some certain things and possibly some other topics. So I'm going to get the camera ready. Got Waddy.
Waddy Wee Abraham, the one, the only, the myth, the legend. Waddy.
Good afternoon, my friend. How are you this morning?
Good.
You're good? Good. Are you ready to talk on the radio?
Yeah.
Okay, good, because I've got some questions here for you. All right, so you heard what I was complaining about in the first bit, didn't you?
Uh-huh.
Now, I don't know if you are exactly privy in the same way that I am to Lego prices. Have you seen how expensive Legos can get?
Yeah.
You have? Now, let me ask you this. I know that you guys play with Legos, but do you personally like them?
A little.
A little? So you're not like super into them?
Uh-uh.
No?
But I do build a lot of stuff.
Yeah, like what do you build?
Guns.
You build guns?
Yeah, you can actually build guns with them.
Very interesting.
But I always break them because they're so easy to break.
Right. Okay. All right.
Because they have to be flat and
They have to be like flat and have all the right things. And then there's like some parts where if you break that, the whole thing comes apart. Does it actually shoot like the little bricks and everything?
No, it's just like...
It just looks like one.
Uh-huh.
Okay. See, I like that. That's a lot of fun. When I was younger, that was sort of some of the stuff that I was after. I've heard, though, that you were kind of into the automobile sort of side of things. Like cars and trucks and that kind of stuff. Now, have you ever done a Lego set that is a car?
Oh, yeah. I have, 3 cars at my mom's house.
Yeah, what do you got?
A off-road one, a Bugatti, and a police entire thing.
Okay. Is it like an American police car or like a European one? Or something else?
Just like police cars.
Just like a regular one?
Mm-hmm.
So what's your favorite out of those?
Off-road and the Bugatti.
Now, we've talked about this before, me and you. You said before that, like a Bugatti was one of your favorite cars. Which one is it, though? Like, out of all the cars that you play with, that you see online, that you do stuff, let's say a genie comes down tonight, and they say, Walt, you get to pick out whatever car you want. What are you picking?
Lambo.
Lambo? Really? Why? Why a Lambo?
Because they are pretty fast. Plus, the wings on the back are super cool, and the colors.
The colors too. I've heard that you can't customize a Lambo when you get it though. Like have you ever heard about that?
No.
No? Okay, so you just do whatever you want. Like as soon as you get one, you're good.
I could just buy like stuff in and just take anything off and put some new stuff on it.
I like that idea. That's a cool idea. So, what's your favorite color of Lambo? So, like again, you got to be specific with this genie, otherwise you may not get what you want.
White and gold.
You want a white and gold Lambo.
That's the one I have on Forza Horizon.
Oh, yeah. We heard about you playing Forza this morning. We've got another expert in with us as well. How are you, my little friend?
I'm good.
Okay, good. We were talking cars, but we were also talking some Legos and other stuff as well. Do you play with Legos?
Yeah, we have a whole, basket of them and stuff. Yeah, we have a whole shelf.
I've seen your shelf. I've seen the shelf at the house over here, at your dad's house, with all the Legos on those as well. Do you have a favorite of those in particular?
Not really. I like all the Legos we have.
Because I've seen you guys say some pretty sick custom Legos too. Like you guys had like World War II stuff and like the little guns and everything like that.
The World War II stuff we got from Crosby. Crosby bought it. It was a lot of money.
It was like a knockoff, but it still works.
Okay, well, cool.
Yeah.
I like that. I always say you got to have a little bit of the knockoff in your Lego sets personally, because Lego can't do everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they can't give everything.
When I was your age, I actually would go on eBay, and it was, let's see, so Lego Star Wars came out in 1999, and I was in elementary school probably, so I was 10, 11, 12, so it was probably 2008, 2009, so about 10 years after that, so it was still kind of a new thing, and we would go to school, and we would make custom Lego figures of like our characters that didn't have Legos yet. So we would like customize, the torso from here and the legs from there and put the heads in different places. I figured out that back in the day, you could go on eBay and buy custom lightsaber colors. So I would get to school and I would have an orange lightsaber, like Lego lightsaber, and a yellow one, and like indigo and pink and all these colors. And then, so for a while there, I would take my dad's credit card and I would buy, because they were only like 13 cents a piece. So I would buy them. So like every couple weeks, there would be a little like Lego lightsaber in the mail. And he'd be like, who ordered this? And I was like, actually, I did, But I remember back in the day, that's why I quite enjoyed doing the custom Lego stuff. Walt says he really likes cars. Are you into cars too?
Yes, but not as much as Walter. Plus, we've also actually bought in the lightsabers before too.
Oh yeah. Okay. See,
not Lego.
Not Lego?
Well, it was compatible with Lego, but.
Oh,
yeah,
okay. I see what you're saying. Yeah. Have you seen the sets where they do like the full size Lego lightsaber hilts? Have you seen these? Those are really cool. I want to try one of those. where you can get like a life-size like Luke Skywalker lightsaber. They did the dark saber too. Like it's like the full-size hilt and everything.
If you get it, yeah, I'll build it with you.
Okay, so if I get one, I got to invite you over, and we got to be like, hey, dude, we're building this set together. I've got the Black Millennium Falcon. It comes with like the little white Darth Vader with the blue lightsaber and everything. It's
it's the one from the show.
Yeah, that like alternate tales show.
Which everything's backwards.
Yeah, I've got the ship that Jedi Bob had.
Jack has one too.
He does too?
But it's gray.
Oh yeah, just the normal Millennium
Just
Falcon.
My brother had the normal Millennium Falcon, and he also had the Slave One. Joe, did you ever? Oh, okay, thank you. Joe, did you ever? How far did you go in your Lego journey? Out of curiosity, or do your boys live a more Legoid lifestyle?
No, I was pretty heavy into Lego.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What were you? Okay, hold on though. You're from
Star Wars was my
You're pretty old to be playing with Lego Star Wars at that time.
Well, so yeah, when what was it, Episode 1 came out and all that.
They launched it with it. That's when Lego Star Wars started. That's 1999. You would have been okay. So
10.
you were like 10. So that was perfect age for you.
Yeah.
Wow, lucky duck.
Yeah,
that would have been awesome.
My older sister Caroline had a bunch when I was little, but I was not allowed to play with them. She had like the pirate ship and the airplane and some of like the really good original sets that now you see online. They go for
like
high dollar. Yeah, but no, I got into it for a little bit, and then my brothers came along and they really got into. So when the first big Millennium Falcon came out and all that stuff, they've got tons of stuff.
Cool.
And yeah, they've handed some of it down, I think, to the boys, and now the boys are very much into it.
Oh yeah, like I've seen some of the Lego sets that you guys got. Joey told me that if I ever get one of the dark saber sets, like the full size, he says that he would be more than happy to help me out building that one.
I'm sure he would.
So I will let you know if I ever get a hold of one of those. But are you? So let me ask you this though. So he likes the car thing, right? And you said you've got a few Lego cars.
We also like Pokemon cards now.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Do you have a favorite Pokemon?
I have some in my backpack, but no.
You don't have a favorite Pokemon? Do you just like having the cards?
Yeah.
What about you?
I would have to say maybe Lucario.
Really interesting. Okay, that's an interesting choice for someone your age. What brings you? Why? I'm curious. What is it? Just his aesthetic, like he just looks cool, or do you like what he does? I'm curious about this.
Yeah, I like how he looks and what he does.
Okay, all right. I was just curious because when I was a kid, I don't ever remember playing the game. I played the Game Boy Color games. Like those things. Yeah. We all played that, but we never like actually played the Pokemon card game. We always just were like trading. Let me tell you this.
Yeah, that's what we do.
So, all right. Let me ask you this. You guys know about the holographic Charizard, right?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, every single one of us had a holographic Charizard. Yeah. That's how like back in the day. That's how not rare they used to be. You could go online and get a holographic Charizard for about $70. That's about how expensive like a crappy one was on eBay.
You had one?
I had a holographic Charizard. My cousin Cody had a holographic Charizard. We both had a holographic Winged Dragon of Ra from Yu-Gi-Oh! He also had a full Exodia and Blue Eyes White Dragon set. You want to listen? We were OGs back in the day. We had the full binders of all from the early 90s all the way to the mid-aughts. We'd be millionaires right now. You know what we did with them?
What?
We gave him. My cousin sold his to a thrift store for $100. He would. By the way, if he didn't do that, he would be like have over $500,000 in that. Mm-hmm. And I gave mine away to a daycare. For church daycare. I said, yeah, just give it to I don't want them anymore. And now I guarantee you they've been torn to shreds and thrown away, or someone else has gone and done something with them. Doug Garrett did jump in, says Joe's kids are bigger than they sound on radio. Now you guys, would you say you're probably a little bit taller than your dad, right?
A little bit taller?
Yeah, just a little bit. I think so. I think you've got at least 2 or 3 inches. Like Walt, maybe in a few years, but like 2 or 3 inches taller than Joe is. Don't worry, we all know. It's cool.
Probably be taller.
Yeah.
I could show you some Pokemon cards after the show.
Okay, we'll go and look at some Pokemon cards. We'll see how much you rack up. Crosby one time went to Good Game with those Pokemon cards. He sold them for like $70.
Yeah, I remember Crosby selling one. He got Jack gave one super good one for his birthday, and he traded it for like a big box of them. Yeah, he's done stuff.
Yeah, Crosby is sort of he knows what he's doing when he's trading those cards. He knows how to get a couple bucks out of people. I've seen it, and he's a gangster. Okay, he'll roll up into Good Game, hand over some cards, and be like, "I want a Coke Icy, by the way." You know. Still, let's see. Doug Garrett says Brett still holds a grudge over his mom and I discarding his Pokemon cards. Doug, cardinal sin. You did not give away those Pokemon cards. Did you give them away or did you throw them away? Because there's a big difference between that. Because I'll tell you that much. Because Brett's mad because he didn't get a payday. I'm gonna tell you that now. Because I guarantee you half of those cards are worth like $1,500 now. But I am curious, Doug. Did you throw them away or did you donate them? Because there's a difference between those two. I personally believe. Because it's like one thing for someone else to have, but then throwing away like a.
Yeah, that's worse.
Yeah. Like a Gen 1 like fat Pikachu or like have you ever seen a surfing Pikachu?
I've seen one.
I want a surfing Pikachu so bad. My friend had the one that you could get for your birthday and write your name on it. And these are like worth, they're super expensive now. And he took a big fat black Sharpie pen and wrote his name terribly across the front of that thing. And I look back at that now because I know he still has that and he can't sell it because he's defaced it. But those things are like super expensive now. But I am curious, Doug, let us know. Did you throw those away or did you give it away? Because I mean, that could have been like $100,000 right there. Knowing, especially just the era that we grew up in. Doug says, who knows? They disappeared in the move. He has One Piece collection now. Interesting. One Piece, the anime, I assume. I didn't know they had cards. Does everything have cards? I saw Star Wars cards the other day.
Star Wars cards?
Yeah. Can you believe that? Star Wars trading cards. Like, what's a rare Star Wars trading card? Like, who would that be?
Like,
what's a rare Star Wars character?
Maybe like Darth Vader when in the room when the doors close and he's battle like.
Oh, that's a sick pick. That is a sick pick. End of the Hall Vader. Yeah, like what do you call that? Like, yeah, that's a good one. That, man, you need to design some cards. You guys should design baseball cards for the station. I built a layout for it on Canva. We could take a picture and then put us in there, and we could make those. I don't know if I can make it holographic, but we could definitely make some cards for the station. What do you guys think? ESPN Radio Winchester trading cards.
What should be the best card?
Oh, yeah.
Whole entire station?
No. Rosie.
That should be rare.
That would be the rare card.
Yeah.
No, the rarest card, there's probably only going to be like 5.
Okay.
It's probably just like everyone.
Oh, it's like a group one, and it's got the whole station, like with everybody in it.
The first rarest is Rosie.
Okay, all right. And then what comes after that?
The group.
The grouped one. Okay.
And then the whole entire station, we could do that.
All right. So, yeah, then we could do, like, location cards, like all the places that we go and do stuff. You could do a live card where it's, like, the tent set up and everything. And then you could do all you guys, like you got to do, like, a cool pose.
And then the inside of the station.
The inside of the station? Oh, yeah, the production room, then the recording room, offices, Katie's photo gallery, like that kind of thing. We could do all kinds of cool stuff with that. All right, we're going to take a break. Stay tuned here with us on Unleashed with Chewy, presented by our friends over there at Burrell's Termite and Pest Control. We'll be back after these messages.
Unleashed Chewy.
Say it again, one more time.
Unleashed Chewy.
Presented by Burrell's Termite and Pest Control.
Marijuana today isn't what it used to be. Higher potency products, vaping devices, and edibles can increase the risk of dependence, anxiety, and impaired judgment. Understanding the risks matters. The Franklin County Prevention Coalition provides education and local resources to help our community make informed decisions. When we stay informed, we are stronger together and stronger without it. Learn more at fcpctn.org. This project is funded under a grant contract with the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
I'm Kristen Abraham, and at Abraham Art Gallery, we're more than just a place to see great art. We're a place to create, connect, and celebrate. Join us for monthly classes for kids and adults, artist talks, and hands-on events that welcome beginners and collectors alike. Need a unique space for a shower, small gathering, or creative workshop? Our gallery is available for private rentals too. And of course, come browse the latest exhibit. You might just find that perfect piece to take home. Find us on Instagram and Facebook, learn more at abrahamgallery.com, and visit us on the square in downtown Winchester.
Nothing celebrates victory like a good cigar. The starting lineup with Joe and Chewy is presented by Loco in Winchester, home of locally roasted Loco coffee that keeps Franklin County fueled every morning. And win or lose, Loco is the place to relax with premium cigars, craft beer, and natural products that help with sleep and stress. Start your mornings with us and a cup of Loco coffee, and you can celebrate those wins later with a victory cigar. Loco in Winchester, fueling Franklin County mornings.
This is Daryl from Columbus, previously from the Paul Feinbaum Show. I like your show. I've been watching you for years. I like you, but I don't like you. I don't know you like Tennessee or Alabama. I don't know which one you like, but I know you don't like the Auburn Tigers, man.
Willie, thank you. I'm a little bit confused by liking me and not liking me, but you laid out your case very well.
The Paul Feinbaum Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC Network.
When life hits you hard, you need someone who will stand up and fight back for you. Andy Davis, attorney at law, serves Southern Middle Tennessee in personal injury, criminal defense, family law, bankruptcy, and more. Call today to set up your free consultation, where you'll get clear answers, honest guidance, and a plan built around your needs. Online at southerninjurylaw.com. This is an advertisement. Andy Davis, attorney at law, responsible for content. No representation is made that the quality of legal services is greater than that of other lawyers.
The future of healthcare starts here. The Southern Tennessee Regional Health System, Winchester and Suwanee, are joining the High Point Health System with Ascension St. Thomas, a health network serving communities across the state. We're working together to expand access, improve clinical quality, and keep you close to home throughout your care journey. Your favorite providers aren't going anywhere. It's the same care you know and trust, now with a new name. High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas. Learn more at highpointhealthsystem.com.
Looking to make a difference in Franklin County? The Franklin County Prevention Coalition works every day to build a safer, healthier community, free from substance misuse. Through education, outreach, and strong local partnerships, they empower parents, schools, and leaders to prevent addiction and support positive choices. From youth programs to community events, the coalition is here for you. Learn more or get involved today at fcpctn.org. Together, we prevent.
This project is funded under a grant contract with the State of Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Farmers, gardeners, and homeowners. Franklin Farmers Co-op in Winchester is your one-stop shop. From top-quality feed and seed to fencing, equipment, and even pet supplies. We have everything you need to keep your farm or home running smoothly. Our knowledgeable team is here to help you every step of the way. Stop by Franklin Farmers Co-op, conveniently located at 2229 Deckard Boulevard, or give us a call at 931-967-5511. Franklin Farmers Co-op, rooted in your success, growing with your community.
This is Unleashed with Chewy, powered by Burrell's Termite and Pest Control on ESPN Radio 1340, 1069, WCDT, Winchester.
Welcome back. Unleashed with Chewy. Presented by our friends over there at Burrell's Termite and Pest Control. I am still joined by Walt and Joey. We're changing some topics. We're heading off to Star Wars. You guys said that you wanted to stick around for that. I let you guys know that I was changing topics, but you guys sounded like you were on top of it.
Oh, we are making our own ESPN cards.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we've got a master plan coming headed for you guys. You guys are talking about making your own cards and packing them and open them on live streams. You guys got a whole media kit planned for us, don't you?
Yeah, like maybe we could like get like some kind of cards from somewhere, like Star Wars or something, and then like we could open them.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
We can make our own copy of Star Wars, but like a different kind, not like real Star Wars.
All right. Well, speaking of Star Wars, there's a new one coming out here very, very soon. Have you heard about this?
No, I don't think so.
The Grogu and the Mandalorian movie?
Oh, wait. Yeah, I've heard of that one.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah, it's coming out in like a couple weeks. It's coming out in early May. So it's going to be here in like 2 or 3 weeks. Are you guys going to go and watch that?
Probably.
Yeah?
I hope.
You hope so? I'm definitely going to go watch it. I'm going to put my Scout Trooper armor on. Have you seen that?
You have Scout Trooper armor?
I do. I'm the fattest Scout Trooper that you've ever seen. But it's pretty cool. But it's screen accurate from Return of the Jedi. Scout Trooper armor.
You should buy Mandalorian armor.
If you have an extra $2,000, I'd be more than happy to get myself fitted for some Mandalorian armor. I was thinking about building my brother some Mando armor, though, for way cheaper than that.
Wait, do you have a 3D printer?
I don't have a 3D printer, but you can do things like using foam, like those like foam floor mats that kind of puzzle piece together. You know what I'm talking about? Mm-hmm. That's called EVA foam, and you can actually buy EVA foam that's designed to make costumes with. And a lot of people will use that kind of foam and craft foam to make Mandalorian armor. You paint it to look like metal and everything, and you can make helmets, armor, weapons, tools, all kinds of stuff out of that. And I was thinking about making my brother one of those.
We could actually like grab a Nerf gun and take all the parts off and make it look like a Mandalorian.
So if you ever do that, ask your dad about it, because if you spray paint it and there isn't an orange tip on the front, you guys could get in a lot of trouble. So be careful with that. Me and my friend,
know it lets you know that it's just a Nerf gun.
Right.
So don't paint the orange tip.
Correct. That's a good. So don't
just
forget that.
Put cover on it.
Right. I also found. Listen, you guys are like this too. On Etsy, I found molded Pip-Boys that are just the shell. So you just get some Velcro and like put it around your arm, and then take a print out the Pip-Boy screen on there, put it in the front. Then you can paint it whatever color you want. You could spray paint it red or blue. You could put a design on there if you wanted, or anything like that.
Can you bring your Pip-Boy?
I don't want to bring it around because it was $400 and I didn't pay for it. So I am so scared of it breaking. But I might bring it around here every now and again. When's the next Fallout show come out? Do you know?
No.
I tell you what, next time something Fallout drops, I'll bring it in and we'll have a show together, and we'll do something cool with it. Does that sound good?
Yeah, it's probably gonna be a long time now.
Okay, all right.
I really want one of those Pip-Boys.
They're pretty neat. I get nervous. I do get nervous wearing it. Like, you know me. Like, I'll go to dinner with that thing on. Tori doesn't really like it when I wear the Pip-Boy around because it's kind of goofy, but I kind of like it anyway. But I'll listen to the station on the Pip-Boy in the middle of a restaurant and just be disruptive. Point being, it's a fun idea. So you guys, you didn't sound too interested in the Mandalorian and Grogu, though. Are you?
No.
So you are, but
I am.
maybe not you.
Yeah.
Not you so much, Walt.
No.
Are you not really a big Star Wars guy anyway? Yeah,
that.
just not really into Star Wars.
Star Wars.
So you do. So you like Star Wars. Okay. So
Jack
are you?
does too.
I actually if we get the foam or whatever, you can like make a helmet of something. I would keep that on like a shelf forever.
What kind of helmet would you want, though?
Like maybe a custom Mandalorian or Scout Trooper or like clone Trooper.
So clone would be cool. I made a couple clone helmets when I was in middle school. They sold those ones that you could get at Walmart, and I spray painted those, and I made my own custom legions and everything. Yeah. I used Sharpies, spray paint, and craft paint to make mine. It was pretty neat. Also, you can go online and buy blanks for Mandalorian helmets for you to go and paint.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, you can tell me something. What's up?
If you bought a 3D printer, you could just 3D print any kind of shoes and don't have money.
I've thought about that. Well, the filament costs money though.
Yeah.
The plastic costs money.
But you don't have to like buy all the other stuff.
No, you don't. That's a good point. Do you want a 3D printer?
Yes, you could just put together like a Nerf gun or all that stuff.
I want to make custom action figures.
Yeah.
Like, how cool would it be for somebody's birthday to make them a custom like action figure? Do you know what I mean?
You could if you had a 3D printer, you could just make the Mandalorian.
You could just make a Mandalorian figure. Yeah.
There's like a Fallout armor. Like it was, I've heard of it. It's like it's a power armor, and there's someone inside it. It's like the frame, and it's like magnets.
Oh, that's cool.
If we get a 3D printer, we can 3D print like power armor and like a frame or something and put it on there.
That would be a cool one. I do like that idea. I don't even know where I was going with this whole segment. What were we talking about? Star Wars. That's right. We got into cosplay. You guys sounds like you would get into cosplay if you ever had the chance, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty. It's fun. I've got a Gandalf costume too.
Yeah.
That I'll rock. So, Mandalorian and Grogu. What's the consensus? Are you guys interested or you not? Yay or nay?
Yeah. I'm interested in it.
Okay.
I can't wait to see
Mandalorian.
Grogu.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yay. Okay. So you're interested if the Mandalorian's going to be in it?
Well, I'm interested in like Grogu coming back.
Oh, you like Grogu?
Yeah.
Interesting.
What is gonna be their adventure now?
Yeah. That's a good question. Who do you think Grogu's going to turn into? I think he's going to be the next Mandalore.
Is Mandalorian a movie?
Yeah, it's a movie coming out in a couple weeks. Can you believe that? You know the TV show? They're doing a whole movie with it.
I've seen it.
So you're looking forward to this?
Mhm.
I'm a little on the fence. I'm looking forward to it because I'm a Star Wars fan, but I don't know how much more they can do with the Mandalorian in a movie. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I'm wondering like where like is this going to be? Because I would hate to see because Star Wars has been doing this lately, where they'll make a movie and it feels like, well, you can miss that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Back in the day, a Star Wars movie, people like. Let me tell you this. This is how popular Star Wars used to be. In 1999, when The Phantom Menace came out, the American economy dropped for a few weeks because so many people were leaving work to go watch the movie. That's how popular Star Wars used to be. Okay? Now we're at a point where half of the kids these days don't even know that there's a Mandalorian and Grogu movie coming out. You know what I mean? So I'm wondering, like, as the spark of Star Wars died a little bit, have people moved on with their interests? You know, I'm curious for people in the chat. Does Star Wars mean what it used to mean back in the day? You know what I mean?
I don't think so. I think they should do like a new like generation of Star Wars, like basically after everything, and like a new like legion of something is coming back.
Right, like not just redoing Stormtroopers again, but like do something new, like something different. You know.
They could do like a realistic Star Wars or like Mandalorian that the suit can like shine.
Yeah, that would be interesting. So you want to see something new?
Like monsters, basically.
Okay. I would want it to feel less Marvel-ish. You know what I mean? Where like nowadays they feel like you have to have watched the TV show and all the movies and all this to make sure that you understand the whole thing.
Mhm.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I find that a little bit annoying. Like with Marvel, I kind of get it. Like that's kind of the shtick. But with this, like the Mandalorian, there were tons of characters in the trailer. Like I knew who they were. You know what I mean? But 90% of the people watching have no clue. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's like it's neat to have those characters there, but like you have to do homework to enjoy the entertainment now. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that personally. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Like maybe whole new guys.
Do a whole new thing. And if you're going to do TV, let it be TV. If you're going to do like crossover characters and that kind of thing, don't put them in the story assuming the audience, you know, has already seen it. Do you know what I mean? Don't add it there to push people to go watch the TV show. You know what I mean?
You know, behind your computer, that grenade still looks real.
It does look real. For those of you at home, if you want to come on to the Hall Furniture Facebook stream, we do have a like disturbingly realistic grenade. Yeah, and it sits here, and it's you know what? It's on those days where you kind of have a bad show, and you're like, man, we always got to, you know what I mean? There's always an option to make this a little more interesting. You know what I mean?
There's always an option to blow up the place.
That was the implication, Walt. But yes, that's you know if it gets a little stale, let's toss a grenade, see what happens. Turn the cameras on. We'll see what happens. All right.
See if the cameras survive.
Well, yeah. We'll just see. Maybe it will, maybe it won't.
I'm gonna throw a grenade.
What's up, guys? Today, me and my friends are throwing a grenade into, I've seen those kinds of videos.
I got one.
It's a Mr. Beast video.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Let's get that rocket launcher from this old man and shoot it at him.
Oh my gosh.
That should be in Fallout.
Oh yeah. What would the Fallout YouTubers be? Could you imagine YouTube in Fallout? That would be a wicked one. Like, what's an influencer in Fallout like? Yeah, exactly. No, it'd be a ghoul. It would be a ghoul on the radio. Yeah. Oh, what's up, guys?
What if Mr. Beast did Fallout? What's up, guys? Today's video, I'm gonna shoot a fat man at this old.
I'm gonna shoot a fat man at the tallest building in Boston.
What's up, guys? I'm gonna shoot the oldest man in the world across California. Yeah.
Wow, that would be an. I tell you what, if Mr. Beast did that, I'd watch one. I've not watched one Mr. Beast video.
But we have to have a big RPG to fit him.
You'd probably just get him in one of those cartoon cannons. Where they used to stuff him in there and just do that and then watch him go. You're like, wow, he went clear over California. Post-apocalyptic California. There you go. All right, we're gonna. Okay, we got a little bit of more time here.
Let's get the zombies.
Zombies? You want to do a zombie one?
Yeah.
A zombie. So, okay, let me ask you. So, all right, that's a good one. So, a post-apocalyptic zombie apocalypse, but Mr. Beast is still a YouTuber.
Mr. Beast is still he's in a bunker, and he has like a whole entire missile.
A whole, yeah. We're cleansing the world of the zombie virus.
Today, we're going to cleanse the world of the zombie virus by shooting more missiles. Let's do it.
This is how Mr. Beast goes. What's up, guys? It's zombie apocalypse.
I just started the zombie apocalypse with my friends.
We got 2,000 nukes.
The last one to survive gets $1 million in this steel briefcase if he can make it.
Wait,
it is a real man in a car. Which is the car is smoking because we shot the gas tank.
Okay.
I forgot.
Okay, all right. Well, that's no problem. We got some time. Listen, we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more Unleashed after this. To the top of the hour, you are listening to Unleashed with Chewy on ESPN Radio Winchester 1340 1069. Sponsored by our friends over there at Burl's Termite and Pest Control.
For fresh starts, and that includes your heart health. At Southern Tennessee Cardiology, compassionate expert care is always close to home. Whether you're managing a condition or just staying ahead of your health, their team is here for you every step of the way. This spring, take care of what matters most. Visit Southern Tennessee Cardiology at 2210 Cowan Highway in Winchester or learn more at southtncardio.com. Southern Tennessee Cardiology, caring for your heart season after season.
Feeling under the weather? Need a quick checkup or urgent care? Look no further than Complete Express Care in Winchester. Our expert medical team is here to provide fast, reliable care when you need it most. From minor illnesses and injuries to lab tests and x-rays. No appointment necessary. Visit us today at 1211 Dinah Shore Boulevard in Winchester or call us at 931-967-6669. Complete Express Care. Your health, our priority.
You ever go down the rabbit hole at 2 in the morning and come out questioning everything?
That's kind of what it's like listening to Unleashed with Chewy, presented by Burl's Termite and Pest Control. That's right, this isn't your typical show. We're going to be talking conspiracies, space, movies, science, whatever our brains have got spinning that day. Some days make sense, most definitely don't. Either way, we're going to have a great time. Unleashed with Chewy, weekdays from 2 to 4 on ESPN Radio Winchester.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
Franklin County schools are facing mounting financial pressure as enrollment continues to decline and state revenue decreases. County Commissioner David Eldridge addressed the issue during his Partnering with Government workshop series, focusing on the school district's long-term financial outlook. Eldridge reported that enrollment has dropped by 1,004 students since 2011. With the state providing approximately $7,300 per student annually, that decline represents roughly a $7 million loss in recurring revenue each year. Eldridge explained that recurring expenditures are now outpacing recurring revenue, a trend he described as unsustainable without major adjustments. He noted the county received nearly $14.9 million in COVID-related relief funding, calling it both a blessing and a curse due to the inflationary impacts that followed. The school system's general fund currently reflects $56.3 million in revenue, with $37.1 million from the state and nearly $19 million from local sources. Options to address the shortfall included cost reductions, administrative streamlining, or tax increases. Eldridge stated that without corrective action, a property tax increase of up to 25% could eventually be necessary. He also raised concerns about academic proficiency, citing TCAP data showing 32.9% of students proficient in ELA and 27.4% in math, figures below state averages. Eldridge pointed to school culture and discipline concerns as contributing factors, while some board members highlighted the impact of diminished arts programs and competition from Tennessee's voucher system. In downtown Winchester, Director Ricky Tips is reminding drivers to be aware of new traffic changes on the boulevard leading into the square. The right lane, turning onto Porter Street next to Bates Grocery, is now designated for right turns only, while the left lane feeds directly onto the square. TDOT has also widened the turn from the square onto the boulevard. A drone video explaining the changes is available on the ESPN Radio Winchester Facebook page. For more local updates, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
Hey folks, I'm Johnny Hand from WCDT, the home for Franklin County Athletics. From Friday night football to every big game in between, we're proud to bring you all the action that keeps our community cheering. Want to be part of that excitement? We'd love to talk with you about advertising and other great opportunities to support our local athletes. So give us a call today at 931-967-2201 or stop by the station at 1201 South College Street right here in Winchester. WCDT Winchester. We are Franklin County.
Spring is a season of renewal, and at High Point Health System with Ascension St. Thomas, your health is always in season. From routine checkups to advanced care, their dedicated team is here to help you feel your best today and every day. Compassionate care backed by the strength of Ascension St. Thomas. This spring, take a moment for your health. Learn more or find a provider at highpointhealthsystem.com. High Point Health System with Ascension St. Thomas. Caring for you for every season of life.
With the latest from around FCHS and Rebel Nation.
The Rebel Report, every weekday, presented by Oaklawn Baptist Church, right here on ESPN Radio Winchester.
Welcome back to another edition of the Rebel Report. We've got a big week ahead for Franklin County Athletics as multiple teams are making their final push towards the postseason.
That's right. Let's start on the diamond where the Rebel baseball team is gearing up for a huge district showdown. They'll take on Tullahoma Monday night in the first game of a 2-game series.
And this isn't just any regular season matchup. This series will determine who secures the number 2 seed heading into district tournament. So, there's a lot on the line.
You can expect a competitive atmosphere as both teams look to gain momentum at just the right time. A strong performance here can make a big difference when tournament play begins.
Switching over to the softball field, the Rebelettes are back at home Monday night as they host Warren County.
The girls are looking to stay above 500 on the season, and this game is another important opportunity to build confidence and consistency heading into postseason play.
Every game matters this time of year, and protecting home field could give them the boost they need going forward.
Now let's head to the soccer pitch. The Rebel boys soccer team will be on the road Tuesday night as they travel to take on district rival Shelbyville.
This is another high-stakes matchup as both teams are battling for a top seed in the district tournament. With so much on the line, expect a fast-paced and intense game.
Road games are never easy, especially against a rival, but the Rebels have shown they can compete with anyone when they're playing their best.
It's shaping up to be an exciting week across all sports, with each team fighting for position and momentum as the postseason quickly approaches.
We'd like to wish all of our Rebel teams the best of luck as they head into these important matchups and prepare for their respective district tournaments.
Make sure to come out and support if you can, because your energy in the stands truly makes a difference.
That's all for this edition of the Rebel Report.
We'll see you next time, and as always,
go Rebels.
Located at 108 Memorial Drive in Winchester, Oaklawn Baptist Church is a place where families grow, faith is strengthened, and students are encouraged to live with purpose, which is why we're proud to sponsor the Rebel Report. Our mission is simple: introduce people to Jesus and build strong families through God's Word. Join us this weekend for Sunday school at 10 and worship to follow at 11. Learn more online at oaklawnbaptistchurch.org.
You are now experiencing Unleashed with Chewy on ESPN Radio Winchester, presented by Burl's Termite and Pest Control. Please stand by for your regularly scheduled broadcast and enjoy the show.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Unleashed with Chewy. We are presented by our friends over there at Burl's Termite and Pest Control. Good to see everybody again. Andrew, what's up, brother? Thank you for jumping in this morning. I appreciate you. How about this? There you go. That's a better camera angle. Yeah, you can see all the beautiful, perfectly kempt Chewy this morning. I totally took a shower this morning, guys. Don't be weird about it. Okay, we're jumping into some more stuff. I did think of something when we were in the break here that I wanted to get out. So I know some of you know I dabble in woodworking. I'm more of a woodworking enthusiast than an actual woodworker at this point. I don't get to do a lot of those projects anymore, just time-wise. Also, lumber is unbelievably expensive. Last night we were showing, like, some of the guys were showing what they were doing. This guy built this walnut bed, and first off, heavy use of walnut, the dust. He's actually allergic now. Didn't know that was toxic. Believe that or not. But also, the bed frame in lumber, not like the finished. It was a king size bed. Had a headboard and a footboard, and it had some stretchers in the middle of them. Couple of pieces, and it was all like perfect. It was just beautiful wood. It's old walnut wood, not steamed walnut, and he put it up there. And he said in materials cost, it was over $4,000. Like $4,000 in wood alone. That's one of the big problems. So I like to go out. I wanted to start and make some fishing lures just to see if I could do it. I thought it would be kind of like a fun little project. So I've got 2 pieces of like little ash wood out there that I've got from them. Besides the point. My point being, my point of this whole segment, you go out there, right, and, you know, you're like, I'm like one of the youngest guys out there. There's a few other guys sort of like my age there, but like it's few and far between. The median age in the building when we go and do the woodworker meetings is like 60. Like, and it's you learn so much from just sitting and like chatting with these guys. But I got to tell you one thing they don't understand. And something that just drives me nuts. Can we talk about, like, urinal etiquette? I'm sorry. I know it's kind of like a vulgar topic, but, like, if we're going to the bathroom, right, or if you're in the bathroom and I catch you, like, don't have a conversation with me until we're at the sink. Like, I don't know about you guys. Joe and I have talked about this before, but if you are a chatterer at the toilets, dude, I cannot. I just can't. I can't do it. Last night, I get up to the urinal. And this guy, who then, mind you, we know each other's names only because we were wearing name tags. This guy wanted to have a full-on conversation about, you know, oh, yeah, I saw the music box, and did you use sassafras on that? What was it, Bandit? And, you know, like, where did you buy the and he wanted to talk there, and I'm like, I can't focus. And you're interrupting that right now, sir. I would literally pay money for you to not be here right now. And here's the problem. It's like one time I get it. Maybe like he didn't get it. This is like the fourth time that this has happened. And I don't know, is it a generational thing where people were like back in the day, they were all like, yeah, sure, you just talk to your boys in the bed. No, like, dude, if we're talking, don't talk to me. I'm sorry. I don't want to know about anything that you have going on right now while I'm focusing. And I don't care to tell you about what I'm doing. The closest I ever got to talk to somebody in a urinal one time was we were in there, and there was the urinals and then the stalls. In the stall right next to me, I heard a guy very obviously open up a bag of chips and start eating them. And I went, nuh-uh. And that's about the closest I've ever gotten to like actually saying anything. But again, that wasn't to start a conversation. That fell out of my face because I couldn't believe what this guy was doing. First off, pro move, bringing chips to the bathroom, genius move. And I bet you that guy was on the clock too. So he was getting paid for that toilet time. You know what I mean? He's getting paid and eating chips and doing his business all at the same time. Just absolute baller move. Brilliant on his part. I get that. I need to try that myself. Never tried it. I did back in the day when I was having some stomach issues. I would turn on epic music to go to the bathroom, and because it would change the perception of the experience, right? So you put on the epic music and you sit down, you do your business. It makes it feel like you're doing it for a reason, okay? And I tell you what, psychologically, something helps. Like if you're stopped up, put on some like 300 music or like some Doom music or some like put on, I got it here. You know that music that Interstellar had when they were about to crash the ship and they had to like meet the spin ratio and all that stuff? Play that music while you're taking a dump and tell me that nothing happens, okay? You'll muster it, dude. The human spirit, the indomitable strength of the human spirit, it will come out literally of you. All right, moving on. I won't talk about the toilet stuff anymore. But I just wanted does anybody else have this issue? Just like the old guy at the urinal. Like, why do we have to have a conversation? It's happened to me before at like a movie theater. Like you'll be sitting there and a stranger will be like, "It's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good." And you have to sit there like, "Yeah, yeah." And instead of saying the thing that you want to say, which is, "Sir, please never speak to me right now. I'm in the middle of something, like I'm in a meeting. Or like, my go-to would be like, I'm not taking questions right now. But I don't know about you. Anyway, I had the boys on in the first hour, and there actually I brought up Star Wars for a reason. Now, the reason I brought up Star Wars is not just because I'm interested in it and I want to watch it and that kind of thing, but I'm glad you're enjoying, Ricky. But my point being is, listen, Mom says you need to quit. I'm done with the toilet talk, all right? I'm done. I'm just saying you get on that. Okay, you sit down to do the business. Listen to 300 music. You'd be great. My point being, just don't talk to me while I'm in the bathroom, okay? That's a place of deep contemplation. Your best ideas come from the bathroom because there's nothing to distract you, okay? That's all I'll say about that. Moving on, I wanted to talk about George Lucas. Yes, it is. Like, if you're on there and you're like, think of yourself as, you're sitting down, you can't get it out. Imagine that you are Leonidas and you have to get this out for the 300 men behind you. It's coming out of you, dude. Like, I don't need any laxatives anymore. Okay. Anyway, my point being, I'm moving on. I'm officially moving on. Recently, some world news has been happening, and it's been sort of justifying a lot of the things that some people had with George Lucas back in the day. So for those of you who may be a little too young, when the prequels came out, they were not received very well. They aren't seen as the forgotten treasures or the lost memories that they are today. They were lambasted pretty bad. Like that people gave them the business about inconsistency, logistical problems, clunky writing, things like that. People, they would point out, like, how in the heck does a luxury Star Cruiser break a blockade and stuff like what do you mean a trade dispute would lead to the collapse of the Republic and stuff like this? And lately I've been inundated with these memes of George Lucas. And the one that I found yesterday has killed me to this, just like I've been thinking about it all day. So for those of you who don't know, I'm gonna look this up for you guys, and you can look it up as well. But there was a luxury cruise liner that got through the blockade around the strait that Donnie and Iran are barking over. And guys, it's shocking how true it is. So a blockade. So let's look this up together. So luxury liner blockade. All right. So we're looking this up. So George Lucas wrote about this, and it literally happened. Okay. The first one that actually happened, it got brought up to me with this. The SS Bremen, a 1939 transatlantic blockade, was out there. In 1928, completed in 1929, the Bremen was created by architect Bruno Paul to be both fast and opulent. 1939, they broke a blockade and actually got through it. So the luxury liner getting through the arcade or the blockade is actually not anything new, which was something that I had to learn yesterday, and I wanted to pass this on to you people. And it makes me, and you know, there's like a secret vindication when it comes to this kind of thing, because I grew up with the prequels, and I did not know that this was like a big problem until I got a little bit older. But listen to this: European cruise lines are the only ones willing to run the Hormuz blockade. And so basically, an unarmed pleasure vessel is also inexplicably capable of running a blockade, which is literally one of the plot devices in the prequels. And I still am not over this, where we're literally living in, like, it's almost like you're living in a South Park sketch sometimes, or you're living in like an Onion article, or you see headlines and you're like, that's the Babylon Bee, and then you realize, oh wait, no, that's an actual headline that people have actually done. And this whole thing with Iran lately has completely justified half of the decisions that George Lucas has made. So let me explain this one to you. This I'm looking right at the meme. It says, "Our bad, George. Apparently trade blockades absolutely do lead to the erosion of democracy and start small conflicts that eventually widen into regional wars and destroy foundations of republics and empires." So I guess George is just playing some 4D chess. Now, here's my question to you. Did that require you to write terrible dialogue for your movies? Is that part of the experience, or did that just come with it? That's my only caveat to that one. And I'll only bring up Star Wars a little bit today, but that was just something I wanted to get off my chest. I didn't know if anyone else had actually noticed that basically George Lucas's idea for what it is literally coming true. I mean, go back and watch the prequels and look at how non-blatantly that was just the Bush administration, because it's egregious. I don't know, the pleasure yachts going through the blockades, the small regional conflicts. Yeah, oh, we're having trade disputes internationally, and the economy isn't doing well. And it's like it writes itself. You know what I mean? And I guess it does, but or maybe they're all following the same playbook. I don't even know, but it has driven me nuts. Every morning I'm waking up and I'm just like, I remember this episode, and it feels like, you know, you're reliving things over and over again. So I passed the question along to you. Jump in with us here at the Hall Furniture Facebook stream. Listen, has anyone else noticed this as well, or is this one just me? All right, I'm just genuinely curious, because it is driven me insane. All right, we are going to go take a break. I got to go lay down for a few minutes and recollect myself. But hey, listen, stay tuned to Unleashed. We got more coming at you after this, presented by our friends over there at Burrow's Pest and Termite Control. Be back after.
Hey Franklin County, when you need quick cash, a new guitar, or that perfect engagement ring, swing into KK's Loans Music and Jewelry. With Manchester, Tullahoma, and McMinnville locations, KK's delivers fast, confidential pawn loans and the region's biggest selection of new and used instruments, from PV amps to Pearl drum kits, plus sparkling certified pre-owned jewelry in gold, all priced to move. Buy, sell, trade, or borrow, whatever gets you back on track. KK's is a proud sponsor of Franklin County Athletics, supporting every sport, every season.
A lot of businesses think better advertising means spending more money. The truth is, the most expensive advertising is the kind that doesn't work. When your message is consistent, your category is protected, and your advertising works together across multiple platforms like radio, billboards, and digital, all connected to the teams that Franklin County loves, you actually spend less over time. That's why our partners don't just advertise, they own their space. Learn how smart advertising can save you money with ESPN Radio 1340, 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Hey, it's Chewy, and if you've got pests, you need the folks that I trust. Burrow's Termite and Pest Control. They're right here in the heart of Estill Springs at 101 North Main Street, taking care of everything from termites and ants to spiders and those little critters that love sneaking into your home. Burrow's is family-owned, they're local, and they've been protecting homes around here for years. So don't wait, swing by or check them out over there online at burrowstermite.com. Burrow's Termite and Pest Control. They'll treat you right and treat your home even better.
The future of healthcare starts here. The Southern Tennessee Regional Health System, Winchester and Swanee, are joining the High Point Health System with Ascension St. Thomas, a health network serving communities across the state. We're working together to expand access, improve clinical quality, and keep you close to home throughout your care journey. Your favorite providers aren't going anywhere. It's the same care you know and trust, now with a new name. High Point Health with Ascension St. Thomas. Learn more at highpointhealthsystem.com.
Looking to make a difference in Franklin County? The Franklin County Prevention Coalition works every day to build a safer, healthier community, free from substance misuse. Through education, outreach, and strong local partnerships, they empower parents, schools, and leaders to prevent addiction and support positive choices. From youth programs to community events, the coalition is here for you. Learn more or get involved today at fcpctn.org. Together, we prevent.
This project is funded under a grant contract with the State of Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Unleashed, presented by our friends over there at Burrow's Termite and Pest Control. That's what I'm talking about. I love that. If you guys like the music, let me know. Always open to suggestions, changes. We're continuing this experiment that we're calling Unleashed with Chewy. Again, thank you to Burrow's Termite and Pest Control for sponsoring us as well. So listen, there was I went there to break. I had to get more water. Listen, I am not dealing with the humidity and the heat very well here recently, and I have not been enjoying it. And Joe Abraham has been itching to get me into the gym, and I'm like, this is a winter behavior. I don't know about this. I don't know. Like, listen, I can do one or the other. You know what I mean? It's just I'm not built for it. And I told him a while. Listen, we were talking in the break the other day. I drink enough water as it is. We got diabetes boy, and then we got creatine boy on the other side of the desk in the morning. And listen, if I double up on that, how much freaking water am I going to drink? I've already burnt through 2 bottles of water since we've been on air, just in between the break. And that's what I was. If you heard a gap in the commercial, it's because I had to go get more water because I am so hot. And so I just want to let everybody know, hey, here's my opinion of you. If you have preference over summer versus winter, can I just ask personally, like, what happened to you? Like what went wrong in your life? Did something go bad? Did you make a deal with like some sort of interdimensional deity? I mean, like, why would you subject yourself to that torture willingly? Like, are you just some sort of, like, twisted masochist, or are you just somebody who does something like that? Because I don't get it. I cannot function when it's hot outside, and this is me moaning and complaining about something, and then the humidity hasn't even hit us here. Dude, you just wait. The king of the complaints is on his way whenever the humidity starts popping up around here. Anyway, I wanted to talk about something, though. So everyone knows, like, this year I've hit 30. You know, I'm officially I'm having a midlife crisis. Okay, I've never gotten swole before. Never really been a gym guy. I know that's hard to believe given my perfect physique, but I've never really been much of a gym guy. Joe Abraham is really trying to change that, though, and I don't know if I'm open to changing it too much personally. Daniel just popped in because Daniel's a gym rat too. Listen, I'm not about it. Like, listen, if I'm out there, first off, I don't want to get too big, you know, like that's my biggest problem. But my other one is like this might be my last chance in my life to get anchor arms. Okay, now I know what everyone says. You know, you should be going to the gym to get healthy. You should be doing that to improve yourself, you know, have some dedication or stuff like that. No, dude, I'm just going to be honest with myself. I'm here to look better. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to work out nothing but my arms. And I think that's fine. I mean, everyone seems to have a problem with that. Joe calls it scoliosis in the chat. I'm all about that. Listen, I'm not saying like I'm going to be on trend. I'm not saying I'm going to do steroids or testosterone, but I'm just saying if I had some tools in my toolbox that would make it a little bit easier, I might do it. But I'm thinking like this, like my testosterone is like, I imagine probably pretty low, but we'll get Dr. Brad Shapiro to come let everybody know what my T levels are already. Cause like I'm an old man now, right? I guess technically I think this is officially where you hit unk status, right? I mean, I've got a couple nieces anyway. So, I mean, Unkstead, yeah, Joe, why not? Joe says, why not? Like, I'm all about it. But here's my thing. I mean, I don't know. Is it a bad idea? Like, do you guys think it would be funnier if I went and got swole, like, for real? Or if I just did the arm thing? Or, I mean, should I stay out of my lane? I'm curious. Jump in with us on the Hall Furniture Facebook stream this morning if you're interested, and letting me know if I should get anchor arms. And if I do, should we show everybody about it? Should we tell everybody about what we're doing out there? I would tell you to hit up the phone and the text line, but I'm going to be honest with you guys, I'm not picking that up. So feel free to hit us up on the text line or the phone line, but I'm not going to pick up. So 931-967-3500, that's the call line. You're perfectly welcome to use that. But again, I'm just not interested in picking up the phone this morning. All right, moving on. Not moving on. Actually, let's get back to this. How much water would I have to burn through to actually do that? Because like if I was doing it, you gotta like start taking the creatine and the pre-workout and like the shakes and all the protein, and it's like, first off, how much protein is in chicken nuggets? Like, I don't know. I would like there to be enough. Like, I'm like, am I gonna have to start adding like protein powders and all kinds of stuff into the diet? Because like, listen, if I can do this and the only things I gotta eat are like pizza, maybe supplement that with some pizza rolls, you know, because I want to stay healthy. I was thinking about maybe some peanut butter sandwiches. I was thinking about maybe looking at an apple every now and again. You know, there's some of those in the fridge. And I was thinking that might be part of my well-balanced diet. You know, it's part of your ritual. You got to get up, you got to get out, and you got to do these things. All right, so I'm thinking maybe I could just get anchor arms at home just by changing up my diet a little bit, you know? I'm going to stop drinking so much Dr. Pepper. I'm going to switch to Pepsi, something a little more healthy, you know what I mean? No more Mountain Dew for me. I drink Sundrop, the drink of the South, even though Mountain Dew's from Tennessee, but it was originally made for moonshine. But do you know that? Not a lot of people talk about that. I'm just saying, if you look at an apple, I feel like it would give my body the positive vibes that it needs to accumulate muscle mass. You know, I don't feel like that's a crazy thing to say. You know, I mean, not me. I don't think that's too insane of an idea. I mean, I'm saying, let me say this. I know it sounds wild, but I would be willing to do it. You know, open up the fridge. I would go out, I'll buy some bananas and I'll buy some apples and some grapes, and we'll put them in the fridge and I'll have them there. Then I'll go to the gym, and you got to go. I'll smash like a Little Caesars on the way. You go there and you go work out for 10, 15 minutes a day or however long people do it in the gym, and then you go and you get ice cream because you did a good job. I'm just like you. I'm like everybody else. We all do the same stuff out here. That's what I like to do. It's what you like to do. I don't feel like I'm asking for very much. Just perfectly sculpted, strong arms that are nice and vascular, and maybe get like a tribal tattoo. I was thinking about getting like a rock tribal tattoo, maybe one that just says my name on it. I don't know. Hit us up in the Hall Furniture Facebook stream if I'm making any sense, or if you're enjoying something a little bit different this afternoon. It is going to be absolutely beautiful today. A high of 80 degrees. We're actually on the down low, so we're high 70s this afternoon currently. Low of 55 degrees tonight. I'm enjoying some of these cooler weathers at night as well. It's made the square very, very pleasant. Sprickens of which, tomorrow night, Starry Nights is going to be available as well. Starry Nights is going to be open to the public. This will be on the Kiwanis stage there next to Oldham, starting at 6 o'clock Thursday night up there at the square. Grab yourself some dinner out there. Tori and I last time we didn't get to go last week. The week before, we actually went and got Jefferson's and enjoyed a nice night out. Bring yourself like a lawn chair and a blanket. Have the kids out there and doing stuff. It's just a nice, fun, safe family night out there. There he is. There's Brett Crabtree. Hey, how are you doing, brother? My man. Hey, man. Hey, I appreciate you so much for jumping in. Listen, we've been talking about a lot of cool stuff today. We've been talking about epic dumps. We've been talking about getting swole. So Brett, let me ask you this. You seem like a guy who kind of understands how to get fit, I was thinking about, maybe, switching to some healthier activities, instead of 100 milligrams a night, maybe 99, just to go to bed. Don't get the munchies at 1 a.m. Get them at 1 p.m. when your body is expecting you to eat. See what I'm saying? You got to plan accordingly. So, and here's the thing. I'm not going to snack at all. I'm going to not eat all day long. I'm going to do intermittent fasting. So I'll just not eat all day long. And then at night, I'll eat like 2 or 3, like frozen pizzas and maybe like a 2 liter of like Sprite or something like that. And then, just like something nice and light. I don't want to overdo it with the calorie or the sugar intake, so I do something light like that, and then just go to bed on top of that, and then you're good. I feel like you'd be saving so much stuff. Brett Crabtree says the most he's ever spent on Legos, by the way, is $169 for the Back to the Future set. I bought that set for my brother for his birthday. Yes, you're totally right. Mine was $200. How'd you get yours for $170? I got him that and the back of the license plate that they had too for Christmas one year. Brett Crabtree says high protein and creatine. Do they make creatine food? Like can I go to like one of those health stores like Walmart or something and get a health food called like creatine? Like, do they make like creatine nuggets? Like they put it in the batter? Is that even allowed? Like, is that legal? I feel like we should try it because I've been seeing all of these like protein based things. Like I saw online I saw it online, but it was like protein goldfish or like protein like pretzels and like even Pringles and stuff like this. They all got these like adult cereal bar stuff where it's like protein dense, and like that's how they help sell it. And I'm like, okay, so let me get this straight. Not only am I going to spend $30 for the worst granola bar, I'm also going to have the worst hiking farts I've ever had in my entire life. God be with the people behind me. I just think that this is a dumb idea. Now, again, I'm open to being educated, okay? I mean, I think I'm a pretty healthy person. I only eat 1 or 2 pizzas a day, and I don't think that's, and I told y'all, I'm going to switch from, drinking Dr. Pepper every day to drinking Pepsi or maybe just Coke, I want it because, those are that's the health drinks. So I'm thinking about switching to those. But I don't know. You guys let me know. Am I in the wrong here? They make creatine gummies. Nah. Okay, hold on. Now, I could get on board with this. Okay, but here's the problem. Do they taste like death? Because sometimes you'll eat, like, I tried one of those Welch's gummies the other day. I'll still dabble in a fruit snack or two. I know I don't look like the kind of guy who would tear up a fruit snack, but I'll do it. my favorites used to be those Scooby-Doo gummies, the fruit snack gummies, where they had the opaque blue Scooby-Doo. Nothing could ever top that, dude. One time, I ate a handful of melatonins thinking that they were raspberry gummies, and they were raspberry flavored, but they were melatonin gummies, and I ate about 7 of them in one go before my girlfriend was like, by the way, don't only take one of those, put those back in the jar. And meanwhile, I've eaten 7. And she was like, well, I hope you don't have anything else to do for the rest of the day. And boy, oh boy, did I have the worst nightmares for about 4 or 5 hours. And then I woke up and I was like, I thought I was dead. And then, so I don't know. Melatonin's never worked for me. Brett Crabtree says the creatine gummies are actually not that bad. Interesting. I would like to try the creatine gummies. I don't know if you guys also have done this before. But let me know, because I've seen Joe, he's like, if I catch him taking his medicine, he's got these damn creatine pills, and I swear they look like horse tranquilizers. Like, for the love of God, I have never seen pills that look like that outside of, like, fish oil. You know what I mean? Anyway, as far as that goes, I don't know. Yay or nay on the gym thing? Would it be? Should I? I don't know. I feel like I'll be honest with you. The only reason I want to go to the gym because I feel like this is the last time in my life, if ever, I will ever be able to go to the gym and have some results. Do you know what I mean? And Joe is 110% behind the idea. I don't know if I'm personally behind the idea. I don't know. Should I be going to the gym? We'll see. But again, I will reiterate with you guys. I'm not gonna be like the rest. I'm not going there to get healthy. I'm going there to get the anchor arms. All right. Like that's why we play the game. All right. We're gonna jump into a break here and be back with more Unleashed with Chewy, sponsored by our friends over there at Burrell's Termite and Pest Control. We'll be back after these messages.
Spring is in the air, and so are fresh new savings at Furniture Merchandise Outlet, FMO, right here in Tullahoma. Ready to refresh your space? From living rooms and bedrooms to dining sets and mattresses, FMO has the styles you want at prices you'll love. No long waits, no sticker shock. Just take it home today. Visit them at 105 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma or browse anytime at FMOTN.com. Furniture Merchandise Outlet, where spring cleaning turns into a spring upgrade.
You ever go down the rabbit hole at 2 in the morning and come out questioning everything? That's kind of what it's like listening to Unleashed with Chewy, presented by Burrell's Termite and Pest Control. That's right, this isn't your typical show. We're going to be talking conspiracies, space, movies, science, whatever our brains have got spinning that day. Some days make sense, most definitely don't. Either way, we're going to have a great time. Unleashed with Chewy, weekdays from 2 to 4 on ESPN Radio Winchester.
This is Joe Abraham inviting you to join us every Thankful Thursday on the starting lineup. Chewy and I sit down with Winchester Mayor Sean Crabtree, look ahead to a huge weekend in sports, and take a moment to share what we're thankful for. It's a positive way to roll into the weekend. A little gratitude, a little sports talk, and plenty of fun. Don't miss Thankful Thursday every Thursday morning on the starting lineup.
From the 931 Go Weather Center, it's time for an ESPN Radio Winchester weather update, presented by Pennett's Pharmacy.
After our very warm afternoon, we are cooling all the way down to a low of only 62 degrees tonight. Nice and beautiful outside with a slight wind coming in and only around 5 miles per hour. So get out there and enjoy your wonderful evening while you stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester, 1340 1069.
Looking for more than just prescriptions? Bennett's Pharmacy in Winchester has it all. Grab a bite from our menu, browse our boutique for one-of-a-kind finds, and sip on a Bloody Marty that's worth talking about, all in one stop. Located at 1201 Dinah Shore Boulevard, Bennett's Pharmacy is your unexpected destination for great food, fun shopping, and so much more. Call us at 931-967-2777 or come see what everyone's raving about.
Crazy.
Since they opened their doors 6 years ago, Furniture Merchandise Outlet has been voted Tullahoma's finest furniture store each year, and for good reason. FMO offers unbeatable prices, Guaranteed. FMO is sure to help you reimagine your home or office with a look that will have your guests asking, where did you get that? The answer is simple. FMO, 105 North Jackson Street in Tullahoma. Online at fmotn.com.
This is Unleashed with Chewy, powered by Burrell's Termite and Pest Control on ESPN Radio 1340, 1069, WCDT, Winchester.
Welcome back to Unleashed with Chewy, presented by our friends over there at Burrell's Termite and Pest Control. Fred Crabtree jumped back into the chat telling me about these creatine gummies. He says they're not cheap, and that he just does the unflavored powder with a dry scoop and then chases it with water. You're making some concrete, son. Joe Abraham also jumped in saying, do it, peer pressure Pete says, get jacked. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I did want to tell you guys about something weird, though. Joe and I got invited to a water tasting. This is going to be from 12 a.m. to 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. tomorrow at the city park, and I think I'm going to go to this, but I've got a bad. Listen, I'm sorry. Let me ask you: does this happen to anybody else? I can always tell you when water is bad, but I cannot tell you when water is like good. Like there's just a threshold where it just tastes like water, and then there's just something off about it. You know, like if you can tell the difference between an Evian and a bottle of water from like Walmart, like you've got to tell me what you're tasting in there, because I can't do it. Like it all just sort of tastes the same to me. Like tap water, you can taste the chlorine, like I get that, but is it that bad? Like I don't know. I mean, it doesn't bother me that much, but there's apparently going to be a water tasting tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. over there at the city park. And me and Joe, we got invited to this. I want to go really bad because I'm genuinely curious to see if I could discern anything from this. Because one time on Facebook, I joked that, like I made a joking post like, hey guys, just got some Evian. So, just so you know, I'm in a different tax bracket than the rest of you. You know what I mean? Because it was like ridiculously priced comparatively. The actual Evian account commented and thanked me for buying the Evian, which is like, number one, I've wanted to buy an Evian again since because of that. Just gonna let y'all know. Secondly, if you catch me drinking Evian, know that I won the lottery. You know, I'm not gonna change, but there will be some noticeable things that are a little bit different. That being said, though, I don't know if I can taste the difference. Like, I can tell you when it's not good, but like, what makes water good? Like, the only one I can really think of is like Fiji water, and that's because it's got something in it that just don't taste right. Like, I don't like Fiji water. There's something, like, I like the bottle sometimes. Like, I like the little bottles, like the little square ones, but like that big fat square bottle, part of me likes it, part of me doesn't. It kind of looks like an aquarium. But outside of Fiji water, I'll be honest with you guys, I can't taste a difference between waters. Like, can you taste the difference between like Kroger and Walmart? Or like my dad, oh, God love his soul, he sits there and will drink Dasani water on purpose. Now listen, you guys know me. I'm low maintenance. I'm easy I'm easy going. You know, I'm not very picky about anything. No, let's be serious here, okay? This isn't a joking matter. My dad will sit there and drink Dasani water on purpose. And I'm sorry, but listen, like I said, I can't tell you when water's good, but boy, can I tell you when it's bad, all right? Dasani water tastes like water that's been in someone else's mouth. Dasani water tastes like water that's been in a water gun in the sun all day. I'm sorry, it just doesn't taste good. And my old man will sit there and be like, he'll give you like $10. He's like, all right, go inside. I want a Diet Coke. Like, it'd be at a gas station, right? Getting gas. He's like, well, will you run inside? I'd like a Diet Coke and give me a bottle of water. That man will be mad if I come in with anything less than a Dasani. He's like, what? You know what I mean? Like he can and here's my question. Is this like the guy in the B movie who's like, I know Splenda has an aftertaste. I like it. Or has he just like gotten used to the bad taste and that's why he likes it? He'll sit there and sip on Diet Coke. If I wanted to drink gasoline, I'd do it too. Let's see. Don't let me ever catch you drinking Perrier water, Brett Crabtree says. Brett Crabtree jumped in telling no Perrier. I can't listen. That's another one. Crosby, you got it. Can you help us out with this one? We're talking about water. Listen, when I was a kid, I used to drink Perrier, and my mom would let me get it. That's that bubbly. Do you like carbonated water?
No.
I cannot stand carbonated water.
Me too.
If I wanted to drink raw TV static, I would just lick an old television screen. Like, and here's the other thing. It makes everything else worse. I got a wild hair one day, and I was like, dude, I've got a Soda Stream, which I totally am going to use more than once. Has anybody else made that mistake getting a Soda Stream? You know, have you ever seen that thing where you can make the custom sodas at home? It's an aerator. Yeah, I got that, and I was like, dude, I'm never going to a gas station ever again. Got that, used it maybe once or twice, never touched it again. It's kind of like neat to have, but yeah, I don't know. But again, my point being, I tried to make some lemonade, and I was like, effervescent lemonade's going to be great. The worst stuff I've ever put in my mouth. It was like I could not explain to you how terrible it was. And you would think I thought that would be a great idea. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But carbonated water, don't even listen, I will drink a gallon of Dasani before I come up and ask for any carbonated water. And here's the other thing. I hate going to a fancy restaurant or something. First off, I hate fancy restaurants, period. I hate going to a fancy restaurant, no matter where we're going, because every time you order something normal, it's always got to be like something like they've done something stupid to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where and also like the prices of even mildly expensive restaurants. Cheesecake Factory. Cross, have you ever been to the Cheesecake Factory?
But I know it's expensive.
Yeah. Okay.
I can't stay for long. I just want to say that I made it volume 3.
You made it to volume 3?
I made it.
Cool. Well, I'm glad that you're here, Cross.
Stayed for like a minute.
Okay. All right. Jack,
Goodbye.
do you have an opinion on water? You're a football player.
On what?
On water? Yeah. You play football and tennis. Get in front of the microphone. Yeah. Let everybody know. I said that Dasani was trash.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. So you recognize this. You're an athlete. Okay, water's an important part of what you do. You know, you know those times where like you've been doing it all, like it's like 3 or 4 hours in, and you get that really cold bottle of water or the ice water, and then you just chug it and you go. I mean, if that was carbonated though, like I would go through the roof. Like I cannot stand carbonated water. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Secondary question, just since you showed up, Gatorade colors, which one's the best?
White.
Really? Okay, what kind of white though? The cherry or the other one?
The cherry one.
Okay, all right. That's a left field pick. You caught me off guard with that one. I like it. That's a good pick.
My second is probably the red one. I like that red one.
Do you like the lemon lime?
No. Dad does.
You don't like the lemon lime? No. Lemon lime is totally the best one. Hold on. What? Well, go hold it. You don't like the lemon lime. You're a football player. You don't like the original Gatorade.
Lemon lime is original?
Yeah. Get up in front of the mic and tell everybody. You're like,
no.
Oh my gosh, Jack! You come in here for the first time and you say that the lemon lime is
it's
not
okay,
the best.
But it's not that good. It is not the best.
Unbelievable. This boy comes in here and tells me that he doesn't like lemon lime Gatorade, and he's a football player. I cannot believe that.
It's not that good, bro.
I got the camera on him. He's up here. Yeah. Yeah, I flew it around. We're good.
There you go. Did you make the face?
Yeah. I cannot do it. Tell me, now, are you the carbonated? Do you do carbonated water?
Like the default Gatorade that I just mostly bring to practice is probably red or blue.
Now, see, my girlfriend will mess with the blue. But I don't love. Like, I'll drink the blue.
It's not that
good.
It's not that good.
I don't think it's that good either. Now, yeah. See, Brett Crabtree.
I hate all Gatorade.
Are you a Powerade kind of gal?
No.
This basically
PTSD from every time I was sick. Dad shoving the orange down me.
Oh God! Like doing Gatorade while you're sick is not fun.
Oh yeah.
Listen, Gatorade for a hangover.
One time I was sick, and then Dad gave me the lemon lime one or whatever.
And it made you more sick.
And I threw it all up.
Oh my! Oh, okay, that makes sense why you don't like it though. I get that one. Yeah.
Now I will do carbonated stuff medicinally.
Sure. But that's I agree with that. Brett Crabtree jumped in saying Blue Glacier. All right, we're gonna give me a second here. I'll get there eventually, son. Blue Glacier Freeze or old school lemon lime. Brett, legendary.
What is
pitch. Blue Glacier? So like there's like the dark blue. They have like a light blue.
Oh yeah.
The light blue is way better. Dark blue. I don't like that. Casey Carter jumped in and said I would rather go thirsty. Yeah, the light blue. Yeah. I'll mess with the light blue hard. I even like orange, to be honest with you. I know that.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
I like an orange. They had the other day. They had a lemon lime and an orange mixed together into one drink, and you know what it tasted like? Lemon lime. like you totally. It doesn't taste like anything, and it was like a weird color. Anyway, let's see. Casey Carter says, I don't drink Gatorade because it funds the University of Florida, so I go out of my way to drink Powerade. Interesting. So shots fired. Daniel is a big Florida Gators guy around here. Oh. So you're totally right. I don't know why that always escapes me, but it does. That every time you do that, that's like they own the brand of it. That's where it came from? Gatorade. It was made for the Florida Gators, and it was an energy drink for their football team. And there was a science and chemists at the university built it for their team. Ended up liking it so much they just made it into a popular soft drink. Yeah, isn't that neat?
That's cool.
It is pretty cool. It's also good. Well, I'm not going to say that since you're here, but Gatorade is good for staying hydrated when you're doing things that dehydrate you more quickly than sports.
Yeah, what I do is when we go to a water break, I just chug half of it and then just drink a ton of water.
Oh, okay.
Because
now, do you chug water fast? Like you good at it at this point?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. See, I used to chug water pretty good too. So I don't know. Are you competitive?
I'm not that good at it.
Okay. I was about to say, listen, if you're pretty good at chugging some water, we'll chug some water on air, and I'll beat you.
Yeah, I know you're beat.
Oh, come on now, Jack. I thought you'd bite.
If it's good, then I'll just absolutely destroy it. It's the best water is the one that school serves you. My school.
Okay. Does it have a brand?
It's
or is it just
spring water.
So you like a spring water. You're more of a natural kind of guy. You want to taste those minerals. I can't taste the difference in any water. I feel crazy. Casey Carter jumped in saying, I am very serious. My girlfriend can't stand it. I am that level of crazy, I guess. It's not crazy. Go ahead and get yourself some Powerade, okay? I agree with that. Now, what were you saying? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I don't even know.
All right, come on, Jack. Now keep up now.
I don't know.
Okay. All right, moving on, though. You said you were a spring water kind of guy. You're not a big fan of, the taps or anything like that?
No. I don't like tap water, but, if, last night, I had, when we were at the baseball game last night, against Tullahoma, I had a water bottle filled with, tap water. And I drank it, but, it was just not good.
I'll tell you what. Listen, I'm the kind of guy though, and I know. So this is going to piss people off. Here you go. Miss Stacy says, Chewy, you are so much more energetic in the afternoons than you are in the mornings. Yeah, we don't have to talk about some of the stuff that Joe likes to talk about. Joe likes to talk controversy. He likes to have big topics.
Rants. Didn't he rant today?
Yeah, he does every day. We rant a little bit every day, but no holds barred. I'm unleashed, Miss Stacy. But thank you so much for jumping in. It's good to see you. Now I will do something, and again, this is going to be a controversial one, but you can tell me if you do this too, Jack. Now listen. I'll leave a water bottle sitting out, and I'll go back and drink it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. It's not bad.
Thank you.
Water doesn't go bad.
Thank you. Okay, my dad and my girlfriend both are like, no, I don't want that. It's stale.
Water can't get what?
It doesn't get just if at the very least. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like it's been here for a million years. Like
it's the same water that we've been drinking since I don't know, however. But I got to tell you what, there's no such thing as stale water.
Exactly.
You are a coward.
Yeah.
I don't get it. So my dad,
it
listen.
might get like hot, but like
Yeah, if it's hot, like I get it, but like don't throw it away, don't pour it out,
Yeah,
or
Just
at the
put it in
very
the
least,
fridge.
yeah, go pour it, use it for your plants.
Fresh, new water.
Miss Stacy says, "Who is this kid? He's so cool." This is Jack. This is he's a football player and a tennis player. You play any other sports or just mainly those?
Mainly those.
Okay. Well, he's an up and coming star, and we're gonna keep our eyes on him. He's one of the Abraham boys.
Yes.
Casey Carter says, "No, it's got to be ice cold. I don't mind a room temperature water. I don't."
Yeah, but ice cold is really good.
Oh yeah, dude. Of course, if I had the choice, I'm getting as
Yeah,
cold
yeah,
as you
yeah,
can get it.
yeah.
But like, if it's 3 a.m. and I'm like, I see a bottle of water that's like under the bed, like you know what I mean?
And you're just like that thirsty. I'd check.
If it's closed and there's no holes in it, who cares how long it's been sitting there? I'm sorry.
Yeah, because it can't get stale.
Exactly. It doesn't get stale. My dad would come on here and have an aneurysm us talking like this, but it's true. It's true. You are an athlete, so you know water, okay?
Yeah.
Tell him you can't get stale water.
Impossible.
Casey Carter jumped in and says, "Ice cold Brita with the big ice maker I bought, or I'm not drinking anything." Now I tell you what. Like a Brita filter, though. Have you seen these where they have like custom ice machines? Like you can like instead of like the ice machine being in the fridge, you can just buy them, and it just recycles the water and just keeps freezing it. So the ice cubes drop in the bottom, they melt. If you don't take them out, it'll siphon the water and just remake the ice cubes. So you have permanent ice cubes all day long. If you keep filling the water back up after you get them,
that's cool.
I thought that was cool. Now, if you like a mini fridge in your room, think about this, right? You wouldn't have to leave. You get a Brita filter, fill it up in the bathroom. It filters out all the bad stuff, so it tastes good. Put that in the mini fridge. Get an ice maker, making you 40 ice cubes a pop. You know what I'm saying? Fill it up with the Brita filter. Yeah. I mean, you could stay you wouldn't have to leave your room. Brett Crabtree says room temperature water hydrates you faster. By the way,
it does.
Really?
It doesn't taste like it.
It doesn't taste like it does. It's yeah. Someone once told me that icy cold water tastes sharp. And hot and warm water tastes round. And I'll be honest with you, Jack.
How does it taste like shapes?
I don't know. I thought about hitting that person when they said that to me. I was just like, the only way for me to tell you that you're dumb is for me to strike you. Do you know what I mean? Like it's like one of those moments. Casey Carter says bacterial growth starts 1 to 2 days for it. A left out water. Good point.
What?
Didn't think about that. But listen, I'm built different. Okay, that's just me. I think I can handle it. Like I don't know about y'all, but I'm all for it. What about you? Yeah, like I'm room temperature. But Brett Crabtree jumping in and telling us that I did not know this. I was also unaware of this, so I'm interested on the science in that. That's pretty fascinating. All right, we're almost out of time here. Do you got a game or anything coming up you want to talk about? Tell people to come out and see it.
Oh yeah. But I play tennis in Tullahoma.
That's fine.
No one likes Tullahoma in Franklin County.
Well, just don't say Tullahoma. Don't tell them who you're fighting
Oh, okay.
for.
Yeah.
Jack, this is Unleashed with Chewy. You can say what you want out here.
But I have to tell them where I play, where I'm playing.
Where are you playing at, Jack?
The Tullahoma High School tennis courts on Thursday.
Okay, and that's a game that people can come out and watch.
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll see you out there.
I don't have to be football because it's spring.
Spring,
practice.
that's right. You know, spring practice starts today at Franklin County. What about you?
I've been.
You've been in
it.
spring practice.
Yeah.
How's it treating you?
Yeah, pretty good. We're taking like a break. We usually have practice on Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays.
Mm-hmm.
But last week, on Thursday was the last day, and then we're taking a break for 2 weeks, and then we're coming back with pads, and we're gonna start hitting. And I'm really good at that.
I've heard about the legendary hits that you've been landing, cracking some ribs.
Yeah, that just glazes me all the time.
No, I've seen some videos of you knocking some dudes down.
I know, because it's true.
Yeah.
W Glaze.
There you go. There he is. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let me see the chat for Jack here. All right. We came up with a nickname for you. Did you know it? Like
you did?
I did. Yes. Me
What
and your
is
dad
it?
when we were together, we called you Stonewall Jack, like Stonewall Jackson, like the general. Casey Carter says it hydrates you faster because you come closer to your body temperature and requires less energy to process. Interesting. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Brett Crabtree says cold water constricts the cells in your muscles, and so it doesn't absorb as fast as room temperature.
That's crazy.
Interesting stuff that we learn here on the afternoons. All right. Well, hey, we got a W in there for you.
Let's go.
Shout it out to Casey Carter. Casey, just for that, if you are in town, listen, you just won yourself 2 free tickets to The Little Mermaid being put up there by the drama team up at Franklin County High School. You can drop by the station at any point if you'd like to come get these. These are for you, my friend. All right. Got plenty more of these. If you guys want to stay tuned to win more tickets, tune in to us to the morning show and the afternoon shows as well. Kason, congratulations, and thank you for the W in the chat. We're going to be, I think that's it. I think we've had a pretty decent show today. What do you think, Jack? You think it's been okay? I'm going to take that as a
yes. Yes.
Oh, okay. All right. He says yes.
I don't know what happened in the other half, but.
Right. So you don't want to speak too soon, right? You didn't get to watch the whole thing.
Yeah, this half was awesome.
All right, my friend. Well, thank you so much for jumping in with me, okay? And thank you for all the other guests that we've had on. We had a lot of the Abraham crew on today. But hey, if you guys enjoyed, hey, stay tuned for more ESPN Radio Winchester. We got a boys baseball game coming up after this, and we've tuned into the starting lineup tomorrow, fueled by local coffee. This has been Unleashed with Chewy on ESPN Radio Winchester, 1340, 1069, presented by our friends over there at Reliable Rental. Stay tuned for more ESPN coming up after this. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Reliable car at an affordable price? Stop by Money Down Motors here in Deckard. We specialize in quality pre-owned vehicles with low down payments and flexible financing options. No matter your credit history, drive away today with a car you'll love and a payment plan that works for you. Visit us at 1945 Deckard Boulevard or call 931-962-3404 for more info. At Money Down Motors, LLC. Your ride is waiting.
This is Daryl from Columbus, previously from the Paul Finebaum Show.
Check in scissor hands. I'm the wrong guy to ask, but what's the secret to a good haircut?
A good haircut makes you feel confident. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, when you get that haircut, you're going to walk out that barbershop, you're going to look in the mirror, and you're going to be like, yeah, that's it. And you're going to tip the barber.
The Paul Finebaum Show, weekdays at 3 Eastern on the ESPN app and on the SEC network.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
Franklin County schools are facing mounting financial pressure as enrollment continues to decline and state revenue decreases. County Commissioner David Eldridge addressed the issue during his Partnering with Government workshop series, focusing on the school district's long-term financial outlook. Eldridge reported that enrollment has dropped by 1,004 students since 2011. With the state providing approximately $7,300 per student annually, that decline represents roughly a $7 million loss in recurring revenue each year. Eldridge explained that recurring expenditure...
It's now time for your obituaries on ESPN Radio Winchester, courtesy of Moore Courtner Funeral Home.
Moore Courtner Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements for Carlene Bracken Boswell, age 93 of Winchester. Carlene is survived by her daughters Brenda Boswell Long and Linda Boswell Trout. A visitation will be held on Monday, April 20th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Moore Courtner Funeral Home. Funeral service will be held on Tuesday, April 21st at 11 a.m. from the chapel of Moore Courtner Funeral Home. Burial will follow in Franklin Memorial Gardens. In lieu of flowers, memorial contributions may be sent to Franklin County Library. Moore Courtner Funeral Home is in charge of those arrangements. Moore Courtner Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements for Christopher James C.J. Slater, age 28. CJ is survived by his son, Ren Nico. A visitation will be held on Tuesday, April 21st from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Moore Corner Funeral Home. Funeral services will be held on Wednesday, April 22nd at 11 a.m. in the chapel of Moore Corner Funeral Home. A burial will be held in Franklin Memorial Gardens. Moore Corner Funeral Home is in charge of those arrangements. Today, we take the time to honor and remember the lives of those who have recently passed. Obituaries serve more than just announcements. They are a way to share stories, accomplishments, and legacies of people who touched the lives of families, friends, and communities. Each name represents a life lived with meaning, and each story leaves behind memories that continue in the hearts of loved ones. It is important to think about the future and how we would like our own stories to be shared. Pre-planning funeral arrangements provides peace of mind, ensuring that your wishes are respected and removing the burden of difficult decisions from your family during an already emotional time. Planning ahead allows you to reflect on what matters most to you and to create a lasting legacy in the way you would want it to be remembered. If you would like more information, local funeral homes are always available to guide you through the process, answer questions, and provide compassionate support every step of the way. As we pause today, we honor the lives of those remembered, and we carry their stories with us.
Watson Funeral Home and Memorial Park would like to share with you some of the benefits of planning ahead. No two people are alike, and neither have to be their funerals. By making your funeral arrangements yourself, you can customize them to fit your preferences. Advanced planning allows for you to plan an event that celebrates life, choosing your own venue, music, disposition choice, and desired...
You're listening to ESPN Radio 1340 AM WCDT and 106.9 FM W295 AV Winchester, serving Franklin County for over... You're listening to ESPN Radio 1340 AM WCDT and 106.9 FM W295 AV Winchester, serving Franklin County for over 75 years.
Join us live every weekday morning at 6:45 for Your Ultimate Health with Dr. Brad Shapiro from Ultimate Health Chiropractic. Enjoy today's segment with Dr. Brad right here on ESPN Radio Winchester.
Now time for Your Ultimate Health with Dr. Brad Shapiro from Ultimate Health Chiropractic.
Good morning, Doc. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing well. You popped into the studio this morning to come say hi, and it's good to see you, my friend.
Good to see you, too.
So just real quick, we're going to give a little bit of a teaser about next Monday.
Yes.
You're going to have some friends in, and you're going to talk about this upcoming night of worship for, is it still called The Gathering? And
so it's under the ministry called The Gathering, but the event itself is called Night of Worship.
Okay.
So, just kind of give people a quick background. We started a ministry called 5-2 Ministries for the 5 loaves of bread, 2 fish, multiplication, that kind of thing. Right after we started it and made it official, added 4 ministries in total under 5-2 Ministries. So 4 different legs of different ministries under the same umbrella called 5-2. And one of those legs underneath 5-2 is called The Gathering. And a lot of the heartbeat behind The Gathering is bringing different people together, different denominations. There's no mention of denominations in the Bible. As one of my buddies put it, if we can spend all of eternity together, surely we can spend one evening together.
Right.
And so we've done different events. We've done events at football stadiums. We've had upwards of like 60, 70 different churches represented, all different denominations, everything from, Baptist to Pentecostal to Methodist to Presbyterian. I mean, just everything you can imagine. And it's really neat to see everyone come together, worship together, pray together. In the past, there's been some worship, but it's mainly been centered around prayer. So praying for the different categories of the world we live in. So things like politics, things like family, things like education, sports and entertainment, business, all these different, categories of the world we're in. So we've prayed for those types of things, but this upcoming event is going to be a little bit different because it's going to be primarily worship-centered. In fact, 100% worship-centered. So there's not going to be any moderators. There's not going to be anyone, introducing this person or that person. It's just going to go straight into worship, focused on worshiping the Lord, and then it's just going to be worship team after worship team. I think there's 5 or 6 in total, and it's going to be 6 hours of straight worship. So from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. on October 4th. So
Okay. Well, very fun.
Yes, so we're excited.
All right, well, jumping into some stuff about chiropractics this morning, I was sort of curious about muscle strains, okay?
Okay.
And in particular, I was actually watching I saw one of these compilation chiropractic videos, where they just, like, pop the back, like, one right after the other, pop, 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 pop. And I noticed one guy in particular was having trouble breathing. And the doctor sort of like was showing the muscles around the spine and how guarded they were because he had pulled his back. And I was like, can we, like, is that something that you can help with specifically as far as like muscle strains or torn muscle or ligament or something like that? Is there, what can we expect from Ultimate Health?
There's actually all kinds of things we can do with that. You mentioned the muscles around the spine and around the rib cage and some of those areas, and I feel like that's one of the most understated benefits of chiropractic is a lot of the adjustments, getting the spine moving properly. It happens in the mid-back and where the ribs attach. And because of that, your breathing is going to be better. It's going to help with those muscle spasms to relax the muscles so they can expand more normally, and the ribs and the lungs and everything can expand more normally, which is going to benefit your breathing, which is going to increase your lung capacity, increase the amount of fuel that goes into your body, aka oxygen. So a lot of benefits, but yeah, muscle spasms across the board. Chiropractic really helps with things like our laser. Our laser actually has a muscle setting that I'll use on muscle spasm situations. I've used it when people have had partially torn muscles, so not a complete tear, but when it's a partial tear or micro tear, a lot of times lasers can really help with the healing process. So I've used it in that kind of situation. And then of course we have all kinds of supplements. The first one that comes to mind, and I know we talk about a lot, but is magnesium.
Yeah.
Magnesium's a natural muscle relaxer. So for a lot of patients, when I notice their overall tone of their body is really tight, no matter where I touch, it's just, man, you're tight, man, you're tight. Oftentimes there's a magnesium deficiency there.
Interesting.
And magnesium, some of the stats I've read, 80% of the population is deficient just because of farming techniques, chemicals. It's just one of those minerals that's not near as prevalent in the soil as it was, say, 50 to 100 years ago.
You talk about magnesium quite a bit, but it sounds like it's really a multifaceted sort of thing, especially so we can just pick that up at ultimatehealth.tn, right? And or at any of the clinics.
Yes.
And is it also still available at Loco here?
It's available at Loco, our Winchester office, here in Winchester, our Manchester office at the Viam Clinic. You can get it online, like you're talking about, ultimatehealthtn.com. Or at Loco, so yeah, all kinds of different options.
We talked about it one time for sleep support as well. So it's just like, it sounds like it's more than just because we talk about reduced nutrients in the soil, supplements and that kind of thing. But magnesium in particular sounds like it has like a lot of really hidden uses in it.
It does. I mean, the magnesium, it's good for your heart. It's a precursor for a lot of the neurotransmitters in the brain, a lot of the brain chemicals. A lot of times people that struggle with things like depression, anxiety, there's a magnesium deficiency there. It's a natural muscle relaxer, which is what we're talking about here with the muscles. It's a natural detoxer. A lot of times people have constipation issues or they just want to detox in general. Magnesium can be great for that as well. But you're right, it's multifaceted. It has a lot of benefits, and a lot of people are deficient. One of the newest benefits that I've read about and learned about is, we're all exposed to Wi-Fi. That's how we're, transmitting this show on Facebook, or, we've got it at the clinics. That's how we can jump online and do the things on the computers or the cell phones we need to. But we're all exposed to all these frequencies, and those frequencies have been shown to turn off vitamin D receptors. So a lot of people have vitamin D deficiencies. And part of it's because they're not getting enough sun exposure or they're not supplementing. But another part of that is the vitamin D receptors, the receptors that recognize the vitamin D and help with absorption. Those receptors are turned off because of all the frequencies we're exposed to. So the bulletproof vest, the thing that'll keep the vitamin D receptors on and keep them from being turned off because of the frequencies, is magnesium. So there's another benefit, but there's just all kinds of benefits to magnesium. We've got 2 different kinds. We've got a citrate, and then we've got another magnesium called Magnesium Ultra that has 2 different types of magnesiums in it. So there's ways to customize it based on what your goals are and what you want to accomplish, but there are all kinds of benefits of different types of magnesium.
Well, very interesting stuff. We got a few more minutes here, and I wanted to say, as far as that goes, whenever we do come up there to Ultimate Health, we can have these kinds of conversations about, what are the supplements that are best for me, or in that kind of thing, right? Because you guys do more than just popping your back, which is it's nice, but like you said, it's Ultimate Health. You're covering the full basis, so you do like the functional blood chemistry, so you get really in depth, and you can have these conversations with them, like showing them, hey. I would recommend this supplement for this, and I can see you're deficient here, so you can sort of point us in the right direction with Ultimate Health, and it's all right there, and we don't even have to go out of our way.
Yes, yeah, it's all right there. We're kind of your one-stop shop for all your natural healthcare needs, and you're right. We'll take the time to, talk to people and try to understand where they're coming from and what their needs are, and one of my kind of core things with education is just uniqueness. We're all different. We all have different life experiences, personality types, genetics, brain function, preferences, life situations. The single mom is going to have a different life situation than maybe the traveling salesman. And so we try to think about those factors as well, of how can we customize things based on each unique individual or each unique family or whatever the circumstances are, to make it doable and to make it to where they can get the results they're looking for, but it's also practical and it's realistic. So we really try to take the time to work with people to figure out what that looks like.
All right. Well, if somebody wanted to get started in achieving their ultimate health, where are you headed this morning, and how can they get a hold of you?
Yes, sir. Once again, my name's Dr. Brad Shapiro with Ultimate Health. We're available 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. You can reach us at 931-967-6308. I want to encourage you to like us on Facebook and go to facebook.com/ultimatechiropractic. Want to mention also one more time that the night of worship is October 4th at the amphitheater in Manchester, October 4th from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. So that'll be a great event. And then also the chiropractic side, I'm going to be out of the office Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. I'm going to a conference, so hoping to learn some good stuff that I can bring back here. But I will be out of pocket Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of this week. So if people need to be seen, please come see me today in Winchester or tomorrow in Manchester.
All right, brother. Well, if there's nothing else, my friend, I hope you have an absolutely wonderful day, and good luck on your trip.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
See ya.
Thanks.
I love a hoodie. I just don't understand why you wouldn't want the hood, though.
It's a good hoodie.
You can have it. Doesn't mean you have to use it, but you got it. Right. I'd rather have and not need than need and not have.
There, it's his senior year, and so we're excited to go up there, watch a little bit of that, kind of spend some time with the rest of the family, and obviously recruiting's going full swing right now, and so got to stay high on that. But it is good to take a breath a little bit post spring and just kind of assess where we are as a program and make sure we set a good plan moving forward for the summer and for fall camp.
Coach, always great to talk to you. See you soon. Thank you very much.
Yeah, appreciate you, Paul. Thanks for having me on.
You bet. Mike Elko, a Spider fan. We'll take a short break. We'll talk more about the news that has just broken about Kalen DeBoer's contract extension and raise, only a $2 million a year raise. We'll be right back.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text BICEP to 215215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text BICEP to 215215. That's BICEP to 215215. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Looking for a reliable car at an affordable price? Stop by Money Down Motors here in Deckard. We specialize in quality pre-owned vehicles with low down payments and flexible financing options. No matter your credit history, drive away today with a car you'll love and a payment plan that works for you. Visit us at 1945 Deckard Boulevard or call 931-962-3404 for more info. At Money Down Motors, LLC.
your ride is waiting.
From the 931 Weather Center, it's time for an ESPN Winchester weather update.
After a very warm afternoon, we are cooling all the way down to a low of only 62 degrees tonight. Nice and beautiful outside with a slight wind coming in and only around 5 miles per hour. So get out there and enjoy your wonderful evening while you stay tuned to ESPN Radio Winchester, 1340 1069.
If you're competing with 3 other businesses in the same category, you're not advertising, you're fighting for attention. At ESPN Radio Winchester, our top partners don't outshout their competitors, they eliminate them through partnerships that offer category protection and exclusivity. Fewer competitors, stronger recall, better results. That's how local advertising is supposed to work. Learn how smart advertising creates a competitive advantage with ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
It's time for a community calendar update presented by Minuteman Press in Tullahoma.
Here's what's happening around Franklin County. Campora Family Resource Center is still in desperate need of food donations. Items needed include ramen noodles, mac and cheese, Vienna sausage, soups, instant potatoes, pinto beans, cereal, pasta sauce, canned fruits, oatmeal, Chef Boyardee, and saltine crackers. Donations can be dropped off at 910 South Shepherd Street in Winchester, Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. Your support helps local families right here in our community. On Friday, April 24th at 8 a.m., the Isaiah 117 House Annual Golf Tournament will be held at Willowbrook Golf Club. The cost is $450 per team. The event includes golf, lunch, snacks, drinks, prizes, and giveaways. Sponsorship opportunities are available. To register or sponsor, call area code 423-518-3760, extension 210. On Saturday, April 25th, the 5th Annual Devin Owens Autism Awareness Winchester Bucking Bull Shootout will take place at the Southern Middle Tennessee Pavilion on Wilton Circle in Winchester. Ranch Rodeo begins at 1 p.m. and Bulls and Bronx starts at 7 p.m. Admission is $15 for adults, $10 for kids ages 6 to 12, and children 5 and under are free. Also on April 25th from 11 a.m. until 5 p.m., the Belvedere Fireman's Fish Fry will be held at the Belvedere Community Center. Enjoy all-you-can-eat fish, barbecue chicken, live bluegrass music, and more. Adults are $15, children ages 4 to 12 are $5, and kids 4 and under eat for free. In a small area like Franklin County, staying connected matters. Stay connected to your community with 931 GO and ESPN Radio Winchester.
Do you need high-quality printing services that help your business stand out? Minuteman Press in Tullahoma has you covered. Whether you need business cards, flyers, banners, signs, or custom apparel, we do it all. We specialize in posters, brochures, window graphics, books, and promotional products to make your brand shine. Plus, we offer a free local delivery to make things even easier for you. For all your printing needs, call or stop by Minuteman Press on North Jackson Street in Tullahoma. Your business will thank you.
All of my life, all I heard from Mets fans were, "Oh, you Yankees fans, all you do is buy championships. If we had as much money as you, we'd have 27 just like you guys." The New York Mets have the highest cash payroll of any team in baseball. $360 million this year.
Unsportsmanlike. Weekday mornings starting at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2.
So a lot of news. No talk at CFP meeting about any alteration to the new weekly CFP ranking show, according to Sankey. There had been talk of jettisoning it, but no go. Tuesday, we gave you the DeBoer news. We forgot. We buried the lead. The best coach down there, Nate Oates, his salary increases to $7.2 million annually. The buyout will be $15. So he is among the 5 highest paid coaches in college basketball. Bill Self, Dan Hurley, John Calipari, Oates, and Izzo. Does anyone know how Oates is different than the other 4? Although they're all making the same amount of money, but Oates is a little bit different according to one important factor. So this is $12.5 million annually, and those are buyouts from DeBoer. I think the school, if I understand correctly, still owes him the entire contract. So we're talking $70-80 million should they decide to fire him. That is my best read of the contract. I have not been able to go through it with a constitutional and contract lawyer, but I will. So $20 million to Hall of Notes. DeBoer notes a year. Jay is up next in South Carolina. Hello, Jay.
Well, hello, Paul. Congratulations on getting the Mark Richt version of the Alabama coach at a very much higher price for the next 7 years.
So
you feel good on them.
You're calling DeBoer the Mark Richt of Alabama, is that right?
Welcome to 9-3. Wouldn't you say? There's a pretty good, and I'm a Georgia fan, so I'm not going to, talk too much trash because he's got to win it, but just it looks like the same thing,
But by the way, just one more thing. With this new contract, DeBoer will eclipse Nick Saban's highest salary at Alabama.
Which is hilarious when you really think about the gist of it. It's just, I don't understand why.
Saban's final year at Alabama, he made $11.1 million. DeBoer is making $12.5 million.
How much money left Alabama with Nick Saban, though, if you really think about it, as far as NIL deals and recruiting rankings and all that? Anyhow, DeBoer, that's not what I call about, but congratulations. Okay. What would be your version of the 2014 playoff that they're talking about, Paul? I was looking at schedules today, and 12 games, 2 cupcakes, 1 out of 4 conference, in 9 conference games, 1 Power 4 out of conference, but Georgia does that with Georgia Tech, and then 2 cupcakes. So, why wouldn't we, and I know the cupcakes don't want to lose games because it funds their program, but why wouldn't we, around Labor Day week, they do week 0 in college football, Paul. It's hot. People are in the house. They're not, it's done got so hot out here in Clemson heaven that people can't even, we stay off the lake. So you could be playing big-time football games early in the year, move the season up.
Yeah, Jay, it's a fair point. Hey, thank you for the call. The season is going to go up. As much as you'll hate it where you live, Clemson, South Carolina, any place in the South, late August, depending on the time of the day, is pretty brutal. JK is up next.
What's going on, my black hat brother? I tried to do my impression of old that guy we call Gary, a.k.a. Legend, but you can't top Legend. Hey, Paul, man, I called to talk to you about some of the stuff I've heard in the last hour or so. First of all, I heard a guy said, Ty Simpson, one of your guests, that he's the most NFL-ready quarterback. You agree with that with the amount of stars that he had, Paul? Do you agree with that?
I do not, no.
I don't either. And, you remember when Richardson from Florida, he had an outstanding combine, and he surprisingly went in the first round. And, there were a couple of surprises in the NFL combine this time. And, I expect one of those guys to go higher than Ty Simpson. But I'm not going to take anything away from Ty. I just didn't agree with about being the most NFL-ready quarterback. Now, let's get to what I really want to talk about, the joke of the day. Paul, does DeBoer's agent work for the playoff committee where you watch the last performance in the SEC championship game and put them in the playoffs by their performance, and then now they reward him with this contract on the football field, a 35-point loss, and you reward him with this? I think the best part of this contract is, Paul, and this is the first thing we're going to see in this contract is the buyout, because I believe Bama's going to have 4 losses this year. I don't know if it's going to be in the regular season or again in the postseason, but I see 4 losses. And you were correct in your assumption by thinking there would be a 4-loss team in the playoff. And I told you a couple of weeks ago, I think that team is going to be the Alabama Crimson Tide. I really believe that, Paul.
JK, thank you very, very much. Sid is up next in Baltimore. Hey, Sid.
Hey, Paul. I just want to say, first of all, great interview with Mike Elko, one of my favorite coaches in college football right now. I just don't understand this move out of Alabama. Like the previous caller just said, I truly believe that Alabama is not going to be where they have been in the past, and I do see 4 losses from them. I just don't get it. Like, Auburn is no guarantee either. Like, they might not be as good as them, but I feel like it's still no guarantee with the Iron Bowl. I mean, I see a loss to A&M, LSU, and, I mean, at least one more. Georgia is in there. Like, you are not getting any good benefits from those matchups.
And Sid, one thing that happens is when you put out a contract like this, which I think most people question, you just ratchet up the pressure on the coach because, I mean, everybody roots for people to do well. But when you've lost 8 games over 2 years and you're rewarded by getting a $2 million a year raise to $12.5 million, I mean, most of us look at that and go, for what? I mean, everybody watching and listening right now works hard. They're happy if they have a job, let alone get a raise at the end of the year. And this just doesn't look like there's anything to it. There had been reports, and we had some guests on who indicated that Greg Byrne was going to hold the line, that he didn't want to give him, you always have to extend the contract. That's pro forma. But he just got pushed into it. Now, I have no earthly idea why. Because I'm sure they must have promised DeBoer something not to go to Michigan, which this tells me very clearly, Sid, I'm curious what you think, that DeBoer was definitely going to Michigan had he lost to Oklahoma. And probably he couldn't go after that because the timing was terrible, but there's no doubt in my mind DeBoer was out of there with a loss.
What I hate about this is what you mentioned about Nick Saban. Nick Saban, in my opinion, right up there with Bear, but I think Nick Saban is a better coach. I hate that DeBoer is making more than Nick Saban did in that season because I have always thought about this, and I know I'm going to offend some people, that DeBoer is not a good enough coach to be coaching today's Alabama football team. When they hired DeBoer, I just made the assumption when I was on hold with you, I kind of made an analogy that it was kind of like if Alabama were to hire Bob Chesney after that great season. Like, DeBoer had a little bit of a more experienced lineup and a little better, but it's kind of like that. I just don't love DeBoer. I don't know if you do.
I respect DeBoer, but I don't think he's really distinguished himself as an elite coach. I think the national media has participated into the narrative that he's at the very top of the food chain. And I don't deny that it wasn't easy replacing Saban, but we don't need to say that. I mean, that's the most obvious statement. It's like saying Jefferson was a good president.
Here's the problem. When you're the Alabama football coach, you kind of have to be at the top of the food chain. Like, I think that narrative is not something that he created. Rather, it was left for him, and it's either take it or leave it. When you're coming to be the Alabama football coach after Nick Saban and Bear Bryant have been there, there's a certain expectation to win. And I keep thinking about that quote that Nick Saban said, when you beat us, it makes your school's history, but when we beat you, it's another Saturday. Now I don't know if that really applies, and I think that's not a great thing if I'm a Bama fan.
No, I would agree. I remember when Tennessee beat Saban 3 years ago, or 4, whatever it was.
I remember that.
I mean, it was the most amazing celebration I've ever seen. When they beat DeBoer 2 years ago, it was like, okay, great. It isn't the same. Sid, thanks for the call. We are heading to a break. Have a feeling there'll be a little more conversation about DeBoer. We had Mike Elko on, a lot of other great guests. We are coming right back.
Less than 4 in 10 kids aged 6 through 12 are playing sports regularly. 4 in 10 kids? Let it sink in. Just 4 in 10 kids. ESPN is building a nationwide coalition powered by Disney called Take Back Sports, with the purpose of training more coaches, expanding access, and creating community-driven sports programming that puts kids and fun first. We're working on that story. We hope you'll join us.
Visit takebacksports.org to learn more.
Adam Schefter here. Did you know the average employer sorts through about 250 resumes for one job opening? Well, if you're hiring, here's good news. You can now review resumes and applications faster thanks to ZipRecruiter. With ZipRecruiter's new feature, qualified candidates who are very interested in your job show up at the top of your list. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site based on G2. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/sports. That's ZipRecruiter.com/sports.
At Citizens Community Bank, we're here to make your banking easy and convenient. Whether you're visiting us in person at our main location at 1418 Dinah Shore Boulevard in Winchester, or others in Deckard and Huntland, or managing your money on the go with our secure mobile app, we've got you covered. Call us today at 931-967-3342. That's Citizens Community Bank, Equal Housing Lender Member FDIC. Your trusted partner in banking for over 30 years.
Most local businesses don't overspend on advertising, they misspend on it. They throw things at the wall to see what sticks. Some radio here, a boosted post there, maybe a billboard somewhere else, with none of it working together. At ESPN Radio Winchester, we focus on reducing wasted marketing dollars. When your message is consistent and strategically placed across trusted local media platforms, every dollar reinforces the next one. That means more people remembering your name when it matters. Market smarter with ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
It's time for a Domino's local sports update. Fresh updates brought to you by Domino's Pizza in Winchester.
This is Joe Abraham with your local sports report. We'll start with Tuesday night softball, where Franklin County picked up a strong 5-0 win over White County at home. Bella Smith was outstanding in the circle, throwing a complete game shutout and helping lead Franklin County to the win. The Rebelettes got on the board in the second inning when Adeline Carter hit a solo home run to left. Franklin County added 2 more in the third on an RBI single from Kylie DeCamp and a sacrifice fly from Hadley Jolly. DeCamp also added a solo homer in the fifth. She finished with 2 hits and 2 RBI in the win. In baseball, Franklin County dropped a hard-fought game to Tullahoma 3-0. The Rebels matched Tullahoma with 8 hits, but just couldn't come up with the big hit in key moments. Leighton Jones, Aiden Hoddesy, and Connor Parker had 2 hits each, and Parker also turned in a strong outing on the mound, going 6 innings and striking out 5 while keeping Franklin County in the game all night. Looking ahead, there's no action on the schedule tonight, but things pick back up on Thursday. Franklin County boys soccer are at home against Columbia with JV at 5 and varsity at 7. Franklin County baseball travels to Shelbyville for a 6 o'clock first pitch. Franklin County softball is back at home at 5 p.m. against Tullahoma with JV to follow. In Huntland, baseball is at Sequatchie on Thursday night at 5:30, and softball travels to Richland for a 5:30 start as well. Then on Friday night, Franklin County middle school softball hosts Whithorn at 5, and Franklin County baseball is back at home for senior night against Shelbyville at 6. That's your local sports report on ESPN Radio Winchester.
Domino's is proud to sponsor Franklin County Athletics, and the Winchester Domino's is locally owned by a Franklin County alum, and they've got hot deals you'll love, like the perfect combo, 2 medium 1 topping pizzas with Parmesan and cinnamon bread bites for just $19.99, or a large New York style pizza with 3 toppings for $10.99. And make sure to try Domino's best deal ever, any pizza with 7 toppings for just $9.99, and stuffed crust is just $4 more. Order now at Domino's.com and enjoy Domino's at the concession stand every Rebel game night.
Oh my goodness. That is a definition of a no-doubter.
4th-ranked Texas at Vanderbilt, Saturday, 8 Eastern on SEC Network and the ESPN app.
The road to the NBA Finals is happening now on ESPN and ABC. It's make or break now. Best on best now. Watch him say it with his chest now. Greatness is up for grabs, and the world is watching.
Just win.
On the home of the NBA Finals.
All the work, all the sacrifice.
The NBA Playoffs, presented by Google. continue on ESPN, ABC, and the ESPN app.
We are back. A lot of news today, and most of it now surrounding Kalen DeBoer. Let's grab some more comments, and Handsome Joe is up next.
Roll Tide, roll, Paul Feinbaum. And you know what? I got happy for a minute when you first told me the buyout, but then when you added the other part a while ago, Paul, I got angry again, Paul. So I just spent the last hour outside banging my head up against my pickup truck tailgate. And then I stomped my own foot, Paul, just for good measure. What the hell is wrong with Greg Burns, Paul? I mean, I know he's got a good agent. I know that right there, but I want to know what Greg Burns' buyout is. That's one I want to know what his little buyout is, because, Paul, right now, money's tight. I mean, we're losing players to other teams because of money, and then you're saying now that we still owe DeBoer money. I mean, 8 losses in 2 years already, and a 5-touchdown ass beat down our last game, and going to reward this man with more money than we paid Nick Saban in a single year. Paul, that's ridiculous. I don't know who does this kind of math right here, or Greg Burns. Maybe Auburn's, maybe Greg Burns on Auburn's payroll is the only thing I can figure out. Because, Paul, I don't get it at all. Sure, I was happy when I figured out, well, all we got to do, we lose 3 or 4 games again this year, give him $10,000 to leave, and now that ain't the case. Oh, I'm mad right now. I guarantee you I'm mad as I can be right now. And Greg Burns, man, I'm glad he ain't in the room with me right now, Paul, because I'd have to make him whoop me, Paul. He'd end up having to whoop me, Paul. That is exactly what will happen. And I'm so angry right now. I'm not gonna say too much because I know Legend's gonna chime in on this right here, and I got a good feeling he's probably just as pissed as I am. At most Alabama fans are. Sure, a lot of people like Kalen DeBoer. He's a good man, Paul. I have no problem with that. His daughter's an outstanding softball player at Washington. He got a good wife, good family, all that, Paul. But you know what? Sometimes friends don't, you don't do, sometimes you don't do business with friends, Paul. And, Greg Burns Greg Burns, I'm sure he's a good man. But you know what? Sometimes people are way overpaid, Paul, because I always thought Greg Burns was a good, kind of smart man. But you know what? He ain't. Nick Saban made him look good. But Greg Burns is dumb, Paul. He's dumb. He's dumber than A.J. And A.J. is, well, A.J.'s all right, but he just ain't the brightest bulb in the world. You see what I'm saying? But Greg Burns, Paul, you know what, Paul? I can't even say no more because I'm fixing to say some words I don't need to say. But Greg Burns, buddy, you need to get your ass out of Alabama because I'm tired of it. This little stupid thing you're pulling right now, I can't believe anybody that's making the kind of money that you even make can be that stupid. You're dumb, Greg Burns. You're dumb. Now, Paul Feinbaum, you have a good evening. I'm going to go hit my head on my truck tailgate a few more times just for good measure. You have a good one, brother. Roll Tide rolling. Greg Burns, you suck. You suck big time.
Thank you for the call. Brad is up next in Macon County line.
Mr. Paul, thanks for taking my call. And Handsome Joe, that was a great job regulating your own ball club over there. And, Paul, who says underachieving don't pay? Because Kalen DeBoer has defied normal logic, and that actually takes talent to do that. And but here he is, Alabama. Byrne is paying DeBoer this money, and then he's signing 3-star athletes to come over there, and the portal signing people that were out of high school, not even really highly regarded. But, hey, I love you for it. As a Georgia fan, keep doing it. I really do like it. But Paul, have you, if it paid DeBoer like that, underachieving, have you thought about working that strategy into your business where you could?
Yeah, no, I'm in a, you know, everybody says the show's falling apart, so I think it's a good time for me to ask for a raise.
I think I'm in agreement with you, Paul. The show's falling apart. There's nothing new. There are no good callers. You deserve a top-end raise for holding this whole show together. I think you should get it, Paul. I really do. But Paul, this playoff expansion, I hope they keep it to 16 because if they don't, we're going to get a bunch. If they go to 24, we're going to get a bunch of clunker games. Everybody knows it. And this is just Petitti's way of trying to guarantee some of his teams in there to have no business being in there playing such a soft schedule, Purdue's and Wisconsin and all that. So I hope they just keep it to 24 to make room. You're going to have to give a couple of those slots away to the people who aren't in the Power 5, and they keep it real with 16. But I just want to say one thing today about a call that called in your show, Paul. John from St. Louis, don't call in here kissing his butt, kissing Paul's butt all of a sudden after all these calls you've made, trying to get a nomination for the Ring of Honor. You're not going to get there. Unfortunately for you, they don't have a ring of psychopaths. Now, if they did, you and your twin brother would actually get a slot in that, and I'd even give you a vote if I had one. But, Paul, thank you so much for having me. You take care, brother, and go damn dogs.
That was a great call. Thank you very much. Dano is up next.
Yeah, I just want to ask Handsome Joe if I can borrow his tailgate for a while. Aren't you friends with Greg Byrne, Paul? Aren't you kind of?
Yeah, I've always liked Greg a great deal. Yeah, we've been friends a long time.
I think he needs a wellness check. I think he needs a mental health professional because he's lost his damn mind. What we're stuck with this guy now. That's just the bottom line. There's no way we can buy out this contract. If the wheels come completely off this year, oh well, that's basically what this is.
Dan, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Carolina. Okay, yeah. You know, the one thing, the only thing, I don't know the actual. I mean, the buyout was about $63 million. If my math is correct, that would go up depending on. But I don't. I mean, I know what the buy. We understand what the buyout is if DeBoer leaves on his own, but we don't know specifically. But we will soon, as soon as we get deep into the contract, what the actual buyout would be.
I just don't see where 6 blowout losses in 2 years gets you a raise and an extension. I just is that fuzzy math? Is that what that is?
It's a 20% raise.
And he's making more than the greatest of all time now. Which
That's
was
more
only,
than the cost of living.
3 years ago?
What's that?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I said he's making more than the greatest of all time, which the contract was only, 2 or 3 years ago that Saban retired?
Yeah,
so
no, he retired, 2.5 years ago?
And now he's making more than the greatest coach of all time. That's a conspiracy. It's got to be. I just don't understand it, Paul. I just don't understand it. But thanks for your time.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll take a short break. We're back with more right after this.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-375-8936. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-375-8936, 800-375-8936, 800-375-8936.
Located at 108 Memorial Drive in Winchester, Oaklawn Baptist Church is a place where families grow, faith is strengthened, and students are encouraged to live with purpose, which is why we're proud to sponsor the Rebel Report. Our mission is simple: introduce people to Jesus and build strong families through God's Word. Join us this weekend for Sunday school at 10 and worship to follow at 11. Learn more online at oaklawnbaptistchurch.org.
It's time for a local news break from the 931 Go News Center.
Franklin County schools are facing mounting financial pressure as enrollment continues to decline and state revenue decreases. County Commissioner David Eldridge addressed the issue during his Partnering with Government workshop series, focusing on the school district's long-term financial outlook. Eldridge reported that enrollment has dropped by 1,004 students since 2011. With the state providing approximately $7,300 per student annually, that decline represents roughly a $7 million loss in recurring revenue each year. Eldridge explained that recurring expenditures are now outpacing recurring revenue, a trend he described as unsustainable without major adjustments. He noted the county received nearly $14.9 million in COVID-related relief funding, calling it both a blessing and a curse due to the inflationary impacts that followed. The school system's general fund currently reflects $56.3 million in revenue, with $37.1 million from the state and nearly $19 million from local sources. Options to address the shortfall included cost reductions, administrative streamlining, or tax increases. Eldridge stated that without corrective action, a property tax increase of up to 25% could eventually be necessary. He also raised concerns about academic proficiency, citing TCAP data showing 32.9% of students proficient in ELA and 27.4% in math, figures below state averages. Eldridge pointed to school culture and discipline concerns as contributing factors, while some board members highlighted the impact of diminished arts programs and competition from Tennessee's voucher system. In downtown Winchester, Director Ricky Tips is reminding drivers to be aware of new traffic changes on the boulevard leading into the square. The right lane, turning onto Porter Street next to Bates Grocery, is now designated for right turns only, while the left lane feeds directly onto the square. TDOT has also widened the turn from the square onto the boulevard. A drone video explaining the changes is available on the ESPN Radio Winchester Facebook page. For more local updates, visit 931go.com. Stay informed and stay connected to your community with ESPN Radio Winchester.
At ESPN Radio Winchester, our partners use aligned marketing. Radio, billboards, sports, even digital, all working together to build familiarity faster and more efficiently. Less noise, less competition, less waste. A lot of places sell ads, play commercials, and move on. But that's not marketing. We help businesses build a strategy with consistent messaging and creative that's actually remembered. Ads come and go. Marketing compounds. That's the difference between buying spots and building a brand with ESPN Radio 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
Donate.
Amber and Ian.
Oh, it's a ground ball with eyes. He had a no-no.
All right, we lost it before we gave the update. Let the record reflect.
No, all the way into the ninth. So, heck of a run.
Did not.
You know where he went to college? Florida State.
Oh.
So you were probably, if you'd have known that, you would have been jinxing the hell out of it.
I would have been updating that. Glad he doesn't have a no-no.
Amber and Ian. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on Sirius XM Channel 80.
How are you? My name's Scott Van Pelt, host of SV Pod, along with my partner in crime, Stanford Steve. What do we talk about mostly on the podcast, Steve?
Sports.
Some.
Parenting.
I feel like that comes up a lot. I feel like most recently I've needed some help because I feel like my shortcomings there are evident. It's life stuff, relatable content.
It's fun.
It's just two bald-headed goons just talking about nonsense a lot in a crowded podcast space. There's that one.
We're here.
Here we are.
So a couple more things on the DeBoer contract. His buyout to the university goes up a little bit. It's a couple of million a year. should he decide to leave. We believe, and this is in the fine print, that the university, I think, is guaranteed 90% of this contract. So the math is pretty simple. 7 years at $12.5 million. That is a whopper of a buyout should DeBoer be gone. A couple other things. Ryan Grubb makes $1 million a year. Kane Womack, the DC, will make $2.5 million next year. Most of the other, Freddie Roach makes $1.3 million. Courtney Morgan, the general manager, will make $1.2 million. So who got Womack? So Courtney Morgan, who is in charge, he's a general manager, who's in charge of player personnel. He gets a 40% pay raise. I mean, where do you get 40% pay raises, 20%? Anyway, your ticket prices will be going up, I can assure you. Adrian is up next.
Okay, so I want to understand why anyone's ever complaining about what players make, because this is insane. And of those three coaches, I think Womack probably did the best job last year. But is Greg Byrne just determined to die on the sword that he's, I mean, if he falls on it, he falls on it? I mean, is that what this is? Because, I mean, I'm kind of shocked that, because the worst thing that can happen is DeBoer leaves, and that's not necessarily, I mean, just explain it to me. Why we would I mean, I know the Sexton part of it, but I'm saying more like, why are we so all in?
Well, I think just the explanation is pretty simple. In mid-December, Alabama was faced with finding a new coach if DeBoer took the Michigan job. So the question now becomes, that 17-0 lead in Norman, had that held up, I don't believe DeBoer would still be here. But after that game, I think the university felt like they had no choice, and they probably had already negotiated this deal contingent on what happened in Norman. The reaction is I'm a little surprised, and I shouldn't be, the outrage that I'm hearing toward Greg Byrne. But remember something too, Adrian. You've been in you've operated businesses where you are. It's really not his money. He works for a public institution. The place isn't going bankrupt, and if they have a terrible season, he's still making a couple of $1 million a year, and he'll move on to the next job. I mean, that's the problem with this where we are right now, is nobody's really accountable.
There's no consequence. There's no consequence. But I will counter. I mean, and I agree with you on the whole business model thing, but I will counter with, at the same time, Alabama has been exposed as being one of the groups with the least amount of NIL money in the not so deep pockets compared to a lot of other Power 4 programs, because of the lack of billionaires and donors that are Alabama alums. And so it's the one thing that I'm like, of all schools, we don't exactly have we depended on that save and discount. You've lost that. So I do question the fact that it's not like we're playing with the money of Michigan and Oregon.
No, I really don't understand it. But what's happened today is setting up we are knee deep in the off season. We're at the midpoint of the off season, but this is now the theme. It had somewhat gone away because we all knew this was happening, but it wasn't present. Hey, thank you very much for the call. Augie is up next.
Well, I have no idea what all the disconcernment is about giving the man a raise. I think the man they should give him more than that. I mean, they should triple his salary, and Greg Byrne is my hero. I think he was a leading innovator in sports administration, so I don't know what all the Alabama fans are complaining about. I tend to like Kalen DeBoer and his future there at Alabama and hope he stays forever. Now, is Greg Byrne trying to jockey to take Joe Oliva or Scott Woodward's place? I mean, what's he doing up there?
Well, let me say this about Greg Byrne. And by the way, we now have seen the language in the contract, and you understand this better than I do, Augie. But if DeBoer, the language is the same as his last contract. If he is terminated without cause, he is owed 90% of the remaining salary. And So it's an enormous buyout if they decide you're Brian Kelly. You can't stay here, but we have no reason to fire you other than we don't like you anymore.
I was going to say that makes Brian Kelly's contract look like it was written by a 4-year-old. Wow, 90. Oh my God! But Paul, to change the subject quickly, last weekend, Jay Johnson was swept in a series by A&M. Swept in a series. So this year, I don't think you're going to be playing my calls back to, disgrace me in front of the world about LSU's.
Hey, my question is, will they even qualify for the SEC tournament at the rate they're going?
I don't think they're going to make it, Paul. They barely beat UNO, University of New Orleans, yesterday. Anyway, I love Kalen DeBoer, Paul. I'm on the record. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Billy D is up next.
Hey, Paul. I was thinking earlier, with your inside knowledge of the whole, football and SEC and other things, your inside knowledge, you would be as rich as, I don't know, Nancy Pelosi. Right?
Always wanted to be that rich.
Right. Because, just amazing how, it just a little flower into a big oak tree. But anyway, Paul, I wanted to say that have a good weekend, and because I have other things going on, as you know, I told you about what happened to Jim Franks, and
right.
So we're having anyway. Paul, talk to you next weekend, and thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So let me. So help me. I'm doing the math here, guys. $12.5 million at $7 million a year, and 90% of that. Anybody got a calculator out there? What is that? That is 12 times. It's a lot, man. That is an enormous amount of money. It's about $75 million. The previous deal was, I think, $63 million. So, if our math is correct, and I'm sure Elliot, the accountant, is out there, it's closer to 78. It's between $75 and $80 million buyout. We'll leave it there.
Time to break out the good straws, because Zaxby's handcrafted milkshakes are back for good. Thick, creamy, hand-spun masterpieces in chocolate, strawberry, vanilla, and yeah, even their iconic birthday cake flavor. Whipped cream on top? Of course. The cherry? Always. Sprinkles? You know it. This birthday cake shake is like a party in a cup every day of the year. So grab one and sip like you mean it. Zaxby's handcrafted milkshakes, now available. Who's got the sauce? Zaxby's.
Harry Douglas here. Let me ask you something. What if you can enjoy the taste of a cocktail, the warmth of a spirit, and still stay fully in control? That's RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category. RK delivers bold flavor and a real warming sensation with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and zero calories. Perfect for nights out, social gatherings, or anytime you want the experience of a drink without sacrificing tomorrow. Check it out at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, all the flavor, none of the alcohol.
Are you struggling to get real impact from your marketing dollars? That's because most local advertising is sold short term with no strategy behind it. At ESPN Radio Winchester, we don't just run ads, we build marketing plans. We focus on consistency and alignment across platforms and long-term visibility that keeps working even when your ad isn't playing. Because marketing isn't a project, it's a system. Start building your brand with ESPN Radio, 1340 1069 WCDT Winchester.
It's now time for your obituaries on ESPN Radio Winchester, courtesy of Watson Funeral Home and Memorial Park.
Moore Corner Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements for Carlene Bracken Boswell, age 93 of Winchester. Carlene is survived by her daughters Brenda Boswell Long and Linda Boswell Trout. A visitation will be held on Monday, April 20th from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Moore Corner Funeral Home. Funeral service will be held on Tuesday, April 21st at 11 a.m. from the chapel of Moore Corner Funeral Home. Burial will follow in Franklin Memorial Gardens. In lieu of flowers, memorial contributions may be sent to Franklin County Library. Moore Corner Funeral Home is in charge of those arrangements. Moore Corner Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements for Christopher James C.J. Slater, age 28. C.J. is survived by his son, Ren Nico. A visitation will be held on Tuesday, April 21st from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Moore Corner Funeral Home. Funeral services will be held on Wednesday, April 22nd at 11 a.m. in the chapel of Moore Corner Funeral Home. A burial will be held in Franklin Memorial Gardens. Moore Corner Funeral Home is in charge of those arrangements. Today, we take the time to honor and remember the lives of those who have recently passed. Obituaries serve more than just announcements. They are a way to share stories, accomplishments, and legacies of people who touched the lives of families, friends, and communities. Each name represents a life lived with meaning, and each story leaves behind memories that continue in the hearts of loved ones. It is important to think about the future and how we would like our own stories to be shared. Pre-planning funeral arrangements provides peace of mind, ensuring that your wishes are respected and removing the burden of difficult decisions from your family during an already emotional time. Planning ahead allows you to reflect on what matters most to you and to create a lasting legacy in the way you would want it to be remembered. If you would like more information, local funeral homes are always available to guide you through the process, answer questions, and provide compassionate support every step of the way. As we pause today, we honor the lives of those remembered, and we carry their stories with us.
Why choose Moore Corner Funeral Home? Well, they're a fifth-generation funeral home taking care of the people of Franklin County since 1905. They're committed to serving you, dedicated to providing personalized, professional, and compassionate service to help lighten your burden and help you out during these difficult times. Moore Corner Funeral Home, 300 First Avenue Northwest in Winchester, 967-2222. Moore Corner Funeral Home.
Discount on the 2026 seasonal MLB.TV package. And if you don't, no problem. When you sign up for MLB.TV, you'll receive a 1-month free trial of ESPN Unlimited. Cancel anytime without losing your MLB.
You're listening to ESPN Radio 1340 AM WCDT and 106.9 FM W295 AV Winchester, serving Franklin County for over 70. You're listening to ESPN Radio 1340 AM WCDT and 106.9 FM W295 AV Winchester, Southern Middle Tennessee sports leader.
All them dogs are counting down, about to put the anchor down. Hotty toddy, who's it gonna be? Cowbells and swamp, the ag is wrong. There's nothing like the SEC. The weekend's full of surprises, from Williams Price to Death Valley. On the Fine Bomb Show, Paul's on a roll. If he don't get the best of me, call Paul. He'll make sense of it all. Kneeling's up on Rocky Top, the Razorbacks are hard to stop. War Eagles soared in the wind. Tigers rocking in Missouri, Wildcats are grinning too. Boomer Sooner rolling up again. Well, Bevo's bound to hook 'em. He'll catch you if you're not looking. Watch out for the tide that's rolling in. The weekend's full of surprises, from big upsets to rivalries. On the Fine Mom Show, heads are gonna roll. If they don't get the best of me, call Paul. He'll make sense of it all. Yeah, call Paul. He'll make sense of it all. Yeah, call
One more hour to go. It's been a busy one. The news is now official. Kalen DeBoer has his contract extension and a raise. If you're just jumping on the show, getting in your car, whatever you're doing, $12.5 million for the next 7 years. We believe the payout, if he should be fired without cause, would come to $78 $1,500,000. Greg Sankey speaking earlier today about the SEC championship game. He said, we have contracts, opinions are expressed, but we have contracts, so we have a championship game. Okay, let's get back to the calls. And the Zoom is where Bash is right now in Boulder. Hey, Bash.
Bash, brother. So I know the big story of the day is Kalen DeBoer's contract, but before we get to that, Paul, since JK, every opportunity he gets, he wants to slander Alabama, and today he decides to slander Ty Simpson the day before the biggest day of his life. So in defense of Ty Simpson, Paul, I agree. He is not the best quarterback in his draft class, but you know who he is better than? Carson Beck. So let's get to the Kalen DeBoer story now, Paul. So Let me ask you a hypothetical question. When you reported that buyout that was updated to $10 million, if that was the case, Paul, after week 1, if that was Kalen DeBoer's buyout, would he still be employed at Alabama today?
Well, his buyout, are you talking about last year?
No, I'm saying like after he lost Florida State, right? Remember the first day, everyone calling the shore asking about his buyout, and you and everyone saying it was $70 million or roughly about that. Say it was $10 million, Paul. Like, because that's what the tweets came out by, and that's why you and everyone else was so confused by it.
I believe Greg Byrne is married to Kalen DeBoer.
No. Let's get it corrected, Paul. He's not married to Kalen DeBoer. He is married hip to Jimmy Sexton.
Okay, that's fair.
Thank you. I appreciate that. But if anyone wants to, like, all of the callers, they want to, like, figure out, like, what's the conspiracy?
Dash, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Let's say, I understand where you're coming from on Sexton, but they had to have agreed to this before the Oklahoma game, because otherwise they didn't know whether they were going to win that game or not. And they couldn't afford to roll the dice, because you and I both know if Kalen DeBoer had come back to Tuscaloosa after losing that game, there's no way he could have ever gotten a contract extension.
You're a genius, Paul. I figured it out right there in your sentence. They made this deal right before the Oklahoma game in contingency that if he wins the Oklahoma game, Paul, what does that mean? He guarantees he has a winning playoff record, because I'm doing my best Jimmy Sexton impersonation. I'm representing Kalen DeBoer. He has a winning playoff record, Paul. He had a 1-1 playoff record when he left Washington, and he still has a winning playoff record today. He's 2-2. He deserves this contract. What the hell are all you callers, all you fans out there so pissed off about? Am I doing a good job, Paul? That what Jimmy Sexton would say?
Yeah, and listen, this is one of those rare opportunities where a coach had a choice. He had an alternative, and Kalen DeBoer could have had that job. Most of the time, coaches really don't have that type of opportunity. So I think Alabama made a decision that, do we want to be looking for a new coach in this market? And by the way, remember, this is now second week of December here when when Sharon Moore got fired. The good coaches were already gone. Summerall was gone. Goish was gone. All these guys had signed new deals elsewhere.
Correct. Now, going back to that scenario in week 1, Paul, and like you mentioned, the vacancies at Penn State and Michigan, it might, like, Jimmy Sexton might be doing Kalen DeBoer a disservice. Yes, he's making him more money at Alabama, but it could be short-term if his career takes a tank dive. If he could have been released from his contract, Paul, at the beginning of the season last year, he could have had the Penn State job, right? And if he couldn't have that, he would have had the Michigan job.
I think of the two jobs, he easily could have had the Penn State job.
Exactly.
I turned that job down, Bash. Come on. Everybody, Michigan was a more attractive job. Hey, thanks for the call, Bash, calling us from Boulder. We have some more news on the contract. Okay, Nick Kelly. There is a change. Kalen DeBoer has received an increase of up to 30 hours under his previous deal to 55 hours per year of personal non-business travel. And I'm trying to figure this out because I've seen some rates lately. I mean, that's to me, I'm doing the math in my head, which is not good for me to do. But that's a couple hundred, that's $500,000 worth of jet travel, isn't it? His daughter lives in Washington, and that's very important to Coach DeBoer. And I don't blame him. It would be important to me, too, to go see my daughter play. But anyway, let's. I think we were talking to Jay earlier, and I don't know what happened to the call, but a lot has happened today. Go ahead, Jay. Finish up.
Paul, I know what happened. A purple and orange and white Clemson golf cart went by, and they scrambled my signal. Every time we have a good call, that's what they do. But anyhow, we were talking about the playoffs, and you still with me?
Yeah, Jay, I'm not going anywhere. I'm stuck here.
I'm sorry. We were talking about the playoffs, and Paul, I was looking at, like, Georgia's schedule, right? So 12 games. So if you got rid of one of those cupcakes and then started the season around Labor Day, so if we didn't have week 0, we started the season at week 0, Paul, there's nothing going on. And I don't want to get rid of the championship games. So I'm not smart enough to figure out all this stuff, but I don't understand why we wouldn't take advantage of a little bit earlier college football season, and then on the back end, maybe not have a 3 or 4 week layoff before the semifinals.
Okay. I do understand that. Jay, well, here are a couple of things. Thank you for the call. I'm glad we got that cleared up. The college football season is going to start earlier next year, and it's about the double bye. It's a little confusing. And the SEC game is in for now. The SEC game may go away once the playoff expands. But by the way, Sankey made a good point earlier. Why is he going to give that game up until he gets something in return? That's the most valuable championship game there is. Let's get back to the calls here. And Brian is up next in Tulsa. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Paul. First of all, I want to say that was a great interview with Faith Torres today. Paul, that girl is so gutsy all year with a bad ankle and doing what she did on the gymnastics floor. I've always had respect for those athletes who risk their bodies of injury and to do what they love to do. So, Faith, congratulations on being the national champion. Congratulations to the Sooners being national champion. Paul, also, I really loved your interview with Clark Lee last week. It was really good.
Thank you.
I've always had respect for Clark Lee. It's amazing what he's done to that Vanderbilt program. That program was always a laughing joke, and now you take a look at what he has done, and I think he's just done a tremendous job right there, Paul. So, great interview with Clark Lee as well. Paul, let me ask you this, and I feel the same with Hanson Joe when it came to Porter Moser. So here's a question I have for you, Paul. If Porter Moser gets fired at Oklahoma next season, do they go after Billy Donovan, who is now not employed at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think the answer would be yes, but the question right now is Billy Donovan going to take an NBA job? And I don't know that. I mean, he will not be unemployed long. Hey, thanks for the call. That's way too long for him to be sitting around. Trey is up next. Hey, Trey.
Hey, Paul. A couple of things today. I understand football coaches make more than basketball coaches. But, Paul, how can they find the money to give to DeBoer? And I'm sure his assistants are getting a raise eventually somewhere down the line. But Alabama cannot find the money to build a new gym in Tuscaloosa, because if they don't build a new gym to help that program, I think they're going to lose Oates, the players, and the basketball success. And Oates turned around a program that we all know was average at best. And I think that was a lot harder job to do than what DeBoer had to go through. So who is worth more to you right now, Paul? Would that be Nate Oates or Kalen DeBoer? Because I don't think losing Nate Oates losing DeBoer will hurt the football program, but I definitely think losing Oates would definitely hurt the basketball program. What are your thoughts on that, Paul? How come?
Well, no, Trey, I think you're 100% right. Nate Oates is a diamond in the rough. There are not many people of his ilk. So you lose him, and you have a very difficult time replacing the level of consistency, Final Fours, Elite Eight, Sweet 16s that they have. Football, I mean, Alabama can hire a football coach overnight. That's not going to be a big deal. That's been proven. It's a great program. It may not be as great as it was 3 years ago, but it's still one of the best in the country. Thanks for the call. G is up next. Hey, G, good afternoon.
Hey, Paul, thanks for taking my call. Well, we both something that you boys said out in Colorado bash about Simpson being a better quarterback than Beck.
I beg to differ on that one. I'm not saying that he's better than Simpson, but I think they're neck and neck, because they both put up 70 yards in their backs and don't call to throw the interception. But if you look at the passing yards and the touchdown, 30 to 28 and 5 to 12 interceptions this last season. And Beck is probably more prepared because Simpson was just a one-year starter. Not that he won't make a team this year. I mean, get drafted by somebody. And Paul, and I was going to ask you this right here too, Paul. Coming with this 24 teams and everything, and so I'm trying to understand this. They want to go to 24 teams, so I'm trying to understand this. So the Power 4 game, would they still be playing that? Would Georgia still get a game like we say against Ohio State, Michigan, or Notre Dame, something like that?
Gee, that's a little hard to know. Hey, but thank you for the call. There's a lot that we don't know because it's all in flux. Okay, some more updates, and I think Nick Kelly has done the math on this contract. It's a little bit different than our math, but it's still math nevertheless. So this is what he has figured out. He said if DeBoer gets fired without cause, that's 90% of the contract. On February 1st, 2027, that would be after next season, he would be owed $67.5 million. So that's after the season. Yeah, so our numbers were as of today. I think that's the difference in the 12 million. So we did as of this moment. Yeah, DeBoer would have been owed 70. We stand by our numbers. We just didn't look ahead. We said if DeBoer's fired today, not in a year. So that's what it looks like. I mean, these numbers are so ridiculous that unlike some coaches, where you say, well, let's wait to fire him. There's not going to be any waiting because you tell me. I'm sure somebody would say there is a difference, but in my mind, there's not much difference. 67, 56. It is some serious money. We'll take a break. More to come right after this.
We all know winning means showing up stronger, faster, better than before. And when you're chasing that edge, the Drop by GNC cuts through the noise, bringing you the best new innovations in sports nutrition and performance. From muscle building and strength support to improved recovery and focus, we curate the newest drops from GNC Amp, Pro Performance, and Mega Min. Plus, Ghost, Raw Nutrition, Bucked Up, and the top new brands changing the game. No guesswork, just leveling up. Check out the Drop by GNC for what's new, what works, and what's next.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go. The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu, an Elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefit.
Hi, I'm Kristen Abraham from Abraham Art Gallery in downtown Winchester. Whether you're here for the season or here to stay, your lake home deserves art that inspires. Every month, I curate a fresh collection of artwork ready to bring home. From paintings and pottery to woodworking and journals, there's something for everyone in every style. Come browse, sip a coffee, and take something beautiful home with you. Find us on the square at 106 North High Street on Instagram, Facebook, and make sure to visit abrahamgallery.com for upcoming events.
Spring is a time for fresh starts, and that includes your heart health. At Southern Tennessee Cardiology, compassionate expert care is always close to home. Whether you're managing a condition or just staying ahead of your health, their team is here for you every step of the way. This spring, take care of what matters most. Visit Southern Tennessee Cardiology at 2210 Cowan Highway in Winchester or learn more at southtncardio.com. Southern Tennessee Cardiology, caring for your heart season after season.
This spring, take pride in your yard with Flagship Lawn Services. From mowing and trimming to mulch and full cleanups, they deliver professional results at a fair, honest price. And with their Flagship Finish Guarantee, every job is done right, or they'll make it right. No shortcuts, no hassle. Just a yard that looks the way it should. Call or text Flagship Lawn Services today at 239-849-4033 and see the difference for yourself.
The NFL Draft on ESPN, live from Pittsburgh. The blueprint for football greatness was built here by hometown legends like Namath, Montana, and Marino. Now, Fernando Mendoza, Jeremiah Love, and the next generation are ready to show the world what they're made of.
We're the first pick in the NFL Draft.
The 2026 NFL Draft begins Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC, ESPN, and NFL Network. Also streaming on the ESPN app.
Marty and McGee.
Remember those little sticky octopi that you could throw against your refrigerator and they would down the refrigerator? Remember that?
Did the Easter Bunny bring you some of those?
I'm sure, but I remember them being in Cheerios or Fruit Loops or whatever.
You get cereal all over them? Because they were sticky.
Well, they came in a plastic package. Problem was, when they got dirty, they didn't stick anymore.
That's it.
Marty and McGee. Saturday mornings from 7 to 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the SEC Network. Amber and Ian.
Apparently, Mendoza is going to stay home. He's not going to actually be there for the draft. So the NFL draft has become such an event, and you don't have the guaranteed, essentially, #1 overall pick.
If he wants to be with family, that's his prerogative. The NFL draft as an event has become coveted. And I don't have a problem with Mendoza
But that is
at
why
all.
I am torn on it, because of what it is now.
Amber and Ian. Weeknights at 7 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
The road to the NBA Finals is happening now on ESPN and ABC. It's make or break now. Best on best now. Watch him sit with his chest now. Greatness is up for grabs. And the world is watching. On the home of the NBA Finals.
All the work, all the sacrifice.
The NBA playoffs presented by Google. Continue on ESPN, ABC, and the ESPN app.
ESPN is now the home of MLB.tv. If you have the ESPN Unlimited plan, you'll get a $15 discount on the 2026 seasonal MLB.tv package. And if you don't, no problem. When you sign up for MLB.tv, you'll receive a 1-month free trial of ESPN Unlimited. Cancel anytime without losing your MLB.tv access. Get in on the action at stream.espn.com/MLBTV.
ESPN Unlimited auto renews at $29.99 per month after free trial unless canceled. Blackouts and other terms apply.
More news from the CFP meetings. The executive director, General Clark, says expansion discussions today were healthy, whatever that means, but he's uncertain an agreement can be reached by December 1st. The regular season is king. That comes from the head of the CFP. Vanini, this is interesting. Sankey talked to the reporters, as he usually does. Tony Petitti left without speaking to reporters. I wonder why. Sankey did speak to us, referring to past comments about the league's support. Sankey will stand on principle, stand on what he said before. Petitti, I mean, again, it's not like this guy's rushing to the airport to catch, I mean, it's like, you know, it's not like us, you know, we're running to catch a Spirit Airlines flight. I mean, the guy's got a private plane. You can get there whenever you want. Dylan is up next in Jasper, Alabama. Hello, Dylan.
Good afternoon, Paul. Thank you for taking my call. When, you know, you got some pissed off Alabama fans out there, when I'm not really too pissed off right now. When you say I'm disappointed, yeah, I'm highly disappointed in our athletic department, but